Welcome aboard. Happy April 1st, and it's so good to see you for a monumentous, historic occasion.
To the ring from Cleveland, Ohio.
Cleveland.
At 228 pounds, Masters Matt Thomas.
It's time for the stream, for the broadcast, for the spectacle that you have been requesting, clamoring, begging for the better part of the last year, because as promised on social media for the last couple of days, wrestling streams have returned to What Real Entertainment, and just as I've promised, like you've never seen before, welcome back to Waffle House Championship Wrestling. Tonight, it's the biggest show of the year. Tonight is WAFFLEMANIA. And I can think of no better way to get started here tonight, folks, than with one of the founding members of this channel, one of the pillars of What Real Entertainment, making his in-ring return. That is, representing the Views from Metropolis podcast, the Master, Matt Thomas. And boy, howdy, folks, do I have a hell of a show for you. It really, truly doesn't get bigger or better than this. We are at the Waffle House, the greatest venue for combat sports in all of the cosmos. It doesn't get bigger. Oh my God, incredible. Here we are. And who is his opponent?
His opponent,
who else?
Cleveland, Ohio.
Cleveland.
229 pounds, the Snake Superstar.
Oh.
Joe.
Tell me all about that, Samantha Irvin. Here we go. Featured films and Matt Thomas starting us off tonight in a ladder match. Two former WHCW Twitch champions. Two true bona fide defined superstars who have got a storied history with one another, a love-hate relationship, and there's no room for love on the battlefield tonight because it is very personal and it is very high stakes. Welcome. I'm so glad to have y'all with me already. Diddly Tods, I missed you this weekend too, brother. Hope you had a nice Saturday stream. I saw you was playing a lot of Elden Ring. I was sad to have missed it, but I was playing a lot of Split Fiction with my beautiful, lovely partner, and we've been really enjoying that game. We got the raid from Mr. Eli Mack. Thank you so much for it. Welcome. And for the resub, 7 months on a 6-month streak. This is a ladder match, not for just any old title, not for any washed prize, but for the prestigious opportunity to get a coupon for one free classic waffle at the Waffle House. Restrictions apply, and you have to use it, I would guess, probably by like the end of fall this year, or it might expire. Glad I was able to send a raid to WAFFLEMANIA. This is it, brother. Spine Buster. I know people have been missing these wrestling streams. I've missed them too. I know this is exactly what they were expecting and what they were hoping for. Big jumping clothesline from Matt Thomas to feature films, tying up in the middle of the ring. And that is true, folks. Up above the ring, we've got a one free classic waffle coupon suspended there. What one of these men is going to have to do is set up a ladder, climb to the top, and unfasten that coupon without the other getting the ability to stop them. Matt's going to go ahead and slide in the first ladder. Featured trying to grab one out of his own there. Oh! Matt sees it, takes him down. He's doing a little bit of a whirly bird on his back there. And this is what's so tricky about ladder matches, folks. Can I just say, it's so great to see you. It's so great to be back in the booth on commentary. You know, after WHCW closed down, I never thought I'd get one of these gigs again in my color commentary career, but it was so nice for Waffle House Championship Wrestling to pick me up, to give me a shot. This is a bit of an audition. You can say, oh my God, feature films with the giant ladder. But he's got to stop playing with it. Get back in there. Get in there, because Matt Thomas is unfastening that coveted valuable coupon. Oh. No way, powerbomb on the ladder. Feature brings him down with a power bomb right on the ladder. That's a huge maneuver. And that, I would say, ooh, you hear all the Waffle House faithful in the parking lot counting along there. This is incredible. Bulldog into the corner. Forgive me, I'm working off the rust and the cobwebs. It's been a long time since oh! He threw Feature. No way, no way, no way. Not like this. Not like this! Oh my God! Huge backdrop off the top onto Feature through the big ladder. Unbelievable. There might be more to this story that even I'm not privy to, folks, because this looks real personal. And there's some real malice in these maneuvers here. Feature films back up, though. Big boot off the ropes to Matt Thomas. You guys won't believe the card I have here. I'm so glad that people are showing up. Here we go. He's going for the Waffle House coupon. Matt saw it. Threw the ladder up from beneath him. Not again! Another powerbomb on the ladder. Unreal. The way Matt Thomas is working those ladders, creating those opportunities for himself, getting so creative and so disturbing along the way. Do I get free Waffle House as the commentator? You know what, brother? I don't need to climb up and get any coupons. I come in, I say, let me get it scattered, diced, smothered, and covered, capped. Is that all the adjectives you can use to explain Waffle House hash browns? How do everybody feel about Waffle House? What are our orders? Do you have one? For me, here's the thing. Controversial take maybe. I'm not one to really order a waffle at Waffle House. Me, I'm a little more savory. I like to come in there. I'll get a coffee, right? But I want my hash browns. I want some eggs. Maybe a little bacon. What? Smothered. What? Covered. What? Oh, he got a chair. And now he's wrestled Feature to the parking lot blacktop in a headlock. And I mean, these guys have really not lost a step. It's been so long since we've seen them wrestle in a ring, regardless of the branding. Another flying clothesline from Matt Thomas to Feature Films. It's been so long since we've seen them do this. Spine buster! But it clearly, either they've still been training, they've been working the indie circuit. I don't know. WHCW's closed. But these guys know how to wrestle. They know Graps, brother. Feature just laid out on the outside. This is the opportunity. Matt Thomas is going up. Does he have enough time to get that coupon? Could he be going to Waffle House? Could he be getting one free classic waffle? Restrictions apply, but Feature's back in there. Oh, brother, he's going up the other side. Look out. Matt's waiting patiently for him. That's polite. Oh, here we go. We got a slugfest up on the ladder. Who's winning? Who's falling off? No way! Masterclass! Masterclass up the top of the ladder. And you can hear the Waffle House faithful in the parking lot, folks. This is awesome. We are so back. This is just our opening match. This has got to be it. Matt has got to be able to unhook that briefcase and get that coupon. Feature's up. Feature's up. Can he stop him in time? Can he stop him in time? He does. He does. Oh! Featured hits him with a power bomb on the ladder as well. That coupon is 1 pip away. 1 pip. Mounted punches 1 pip away. Whoever gets up there next is bringing the coupon down and earning themselves 1 free classic waffle with any purchase. You have to purchase something as well. You can't, a kendo stick. You can't just walk in there and expect them to make a waffle for you, and that's the end of the story. You gotta buy a coffee. What? Some eggs. What? You gotta get them biscuits and gravy. What? Peanut butter waffles plus hash browns. Peanut butter waffles. Is that on the menu, or is that sort of a secret menu hack? Is that a Dilly Todd's secret menu hack? The peanut butter waffles. Is that just waffles with peanut butter on them? Feature going up top on the ladder. He's calling for Matt to get to his feet. Oh, no way! He was going for the Hurricane Rana! Matt countered it! Huge counter! Mr. Eli Mack normally getting a burger. What? You normally eat there during lunch. Yeah, and that is true. I don't know. And no, I have eaten breakfast there before. Oh, I think with the Bulldog, Feature just busted Matt open. He's gooshing, brother. Can I also tell you, I'm sat down here so deeply tired. I can't believe it's like I'm just absorbing the wrestling energy. I've just found it, and I'm taking it in, and I expect to crash about halfway through the show. Oh, watch the knee, brother. Back and forth. Oh, we got ourselves a little bit of a slugfest, brother. This is what I'm saying. I don't know what the history is between these two since WHCW closed, but clearly it's personal. Clearly there's no love lost here. I don't think these two are just fighting over a waffle coupon, though. They should fight real hard and passionately for that coupon. It's a great deal. Back and forth in front of the Waffle House, brother. Yeah, I don't really know. I do get breakfast at Waffle House, but like, yeah, I guess, I've been there all times of the day when I think about it. I've been there all times throughout the day. And they're pounding away at each other. They're going, who's going to win the slugfest? Back and forth they go. Unbelievable. Stunner! Featured Films hits the stunner. He's got the ladder. All he's got to do is make it up top. Where's he going? Where's he going? What are you doing, brother? He's lost. He's disoriented. Maybe there's a little more rust there than I recognized at first. He's going up. There's one pip on the coupon, but Matt's getting to his feet. Who's getting the coupon? Does he have it? Is he going to get it? Can Matt stop him in time? Matt's going to stop him in time. This is unbelievable. This is our first match of the night. If this is setting the tone, we are in for an epic showdown. Oh my. Look at this dynamic camera angle. Matt's climbing up top. Matt's bleeding. Here we go. Now we're fighting at the top of the ladder again in front of the Waffle House. He pushes him off. He pushes Featured off. Matt's just got to go up there, unhook the case, and he's getting one free classic waffle at Waffle House. Restrictions apply with any purchase. Can he get it? He got it. He got it. He's done it. The boyhood dream has come true. We've done it.
Here is your winner, and Mr.
Mr. Free Classic Waffle with purchase restrictions apply.
Thomas.
That's great. He did great. Look at that. He's holding it up. He's proud, and he should be. He's won that. He's earned that. He deserves that. He's going to Waffle House. Read the fine print on that. But he's going to Waffle House, and he's getting a Free Classic Waffle. That's the bottom line, brother. Unreal. What a ladder match. You just never know. With ladder matches, sometimes they are real quick and real anticlimactic, or sometimes there's a saga, there's a story being told. And I loved that story. Congratulations to the master, who is in chat, who only gets breakfast at Waffle House, and I've been there all the time, but strictly breakfast food. Okay, yes. I understand that. I've never ordered anything other than like eggs, hash browns, or maybe a chocolate chip waffle. Those are the only things I've ever ordered. So Eli goes for the burger. Eli, if you're still in here, tell me how a Waffle House burger is. I'd love to know. You good? You got a good burger? I've kind of been hankering for a burger lately. I might go to Waffle House for a burger. Should I order a burger right now? Should I do DoorDash Waffle House? Oh, is this 24 or 25? What do you think, man? It says 2K24. I never told anybody I was streaming 2K25 tonight. What do you mean? Next match. I don't have 2K25. I said I wasn't going to get that game. What do you think, I'm a liar? Tastes like a burger. Swenson's. All right, here's the bad thing about 2K24. I hate this. 2K22, you could just go to the next match immediately. 2K24 makes you come back out to this menu, and it like spoils everything you're doing. Oh my god, look at it. I don't have time to catch up and tell you what you're looking at right here. Oh man, it feels crazy to be back in this. It's been a long, long time. Let me get the posts going. Welcome aboard, everybody. I'm so glad to see you. Welcome to WAFFLEMANIA. That was our opening match. We're just getting started. I've got an incredible card for you. I saw Dilly Todd's asked earlier if we were showing whole. Indeed we are. I'm so glad you asked. Stay tuned on that regard. Folks, this one's kind of what you would call a dream match. Let me kind of set the stage. This is a special stipulation. We call this the Tekken 2 out of 3. You've got Jin Kazama. Let's get started. Let's get some interest going. You got Jin Kazama and King. Two of the most popular Tekken characters. Now, you may know where this is going. For years, maybe? At least since the most recent Tekken game, but I think even prior to that, the Tekken community has been clamoring for Waffle House to be added as a playable level in Tekken. Tell him, Samantha.
Three falls match. Making his way to the ring from Japan, weighing in at 191 pounds, the Devil, Jin!
The Devil, that's scary. Tekken fans have been clamoring for the Waffle House to be added as a level. And there was an incredible moment on Twitter a long time ago where one of like the lead developers, maybe the creator, I don't know, somebody who's very in charge of Tekken, and whose English wasn't his first language, was like pleading with everybody, could you explain to me why people keep telling me they want Waffle House to be a level? Can somebody make that make sense to me? I think people have modded it and stuff, but never official. So I thought with this unique opportunity to have the biggest wrestling stream of the year happening in the Waffle House parking lot, what if I could bring the Tekken experience here tonight and make dreams reality? That's something I used to always love saying at WHCW. You'll see things there that you can't see anywhere else. And tonight, we're trying to make that that motto hold true even here on Waffle House Championship Wrestling.
And
So what we've got here, oh, it's the King.
Mexico, weighing in at 295 pounds, King the Beast!
The Beast. We've got a special stipulation match that I call the Tekken 2 out of 3. This is a 2 out of 3 falls match. See, we're trying to mimic the fighting game model, right? This is a wrestling game. Tekken's a fighting game. So this is a 2 out of 3 falls match. But you cannot win by pin or submission. You can only win by knockout. And I couldn't turn on ring out necessarily, but I reduced the ring out count to 5 seconds. So 2 out of 3 falls. You can only win by either knocking your opponent out 2 times. You get knocked out, you gotta get back up, you get knocked out again. Or if they get counted out after the count of 5, that counts as well. Can I say count any more times? Here we go. Now here's the other thing I gotta tell you. I don't know shit about Tekken. So I'm a little out of my range here. So if anybody wants to fill me in on some real deep and interesting Jin Kazama or King lore, let me know. I think the only thing I know about Tekken is Heihachi, because Heihachi was a playable character in Soul Calibur 2 on the PS2. I think Jin Kazama, if I remember correctly, is Heihachi's son. See, originally I was going to put Heihachi, and then I realized I don't think Heihachi's that popular of a character these days. But Jin Kazama seems like kind of like the cover character, like he's kind of the poster boy, sort of mascot face of the franchise. So I thought maybe Jin Kazama makes more sense. And then King, on the other hand, and fellas, you don't mind if I just sort of give this background while you're wrestling, right? King, I recognize as the coolest motherfucker in those games. I don't know anything about Tekken, but I know whenever I see Tekken, I'm going, where is King? He's a luchador wrestler who wears a goddamn cheetah head on his head. Or his head is a cheetah head? Not sure. Huge flying elbow from Jin Kazama. Now again, let me remind you, no pinfalls in this match, no submissions in this match. You can only conquer your opponent through knockout or ring out, and you gotta do it twice, just like in fighting games. Great neck breaker there from Jin Kazama, who might be out of his element. Again, I don't have a lot of lore, I don't have a lot of background. I know King is characterized as a legitimate pro wrestler. That's his thing. He's this big, like, lucha sensation. So this should be just another day for him. Whereas Jin Kazama got more of a martial arts karate flair. He's wearing no shoes. He's got karate pants on. He's got his belt on. Swenson's burger, or excuse me, Waffle House burgers taste like burgers. I would love Swenson's. I had Swenson's the other day, and oh my god, I had such a sloppy, saucy galley boy, man. There was so much barbecue sauce on that son of a bitch. A little too much, if you ask me, but I'll take too much over not enough any day. And I tried. Oh, he gave it back to him. Ring out. He's out there. See, I wanted it so that the ring out would be like a total loss, but they're still going to have 5 seconds to get back in the ring. There's the great Samantha Irvin over there in the parking lot by the car, patiently watching the match, waiting for her next opportunity to call. This dynamic camera angle, by the way. King delivering on Jin Kazama here. Back in the ring. Here we go. I tried the barbecue spicy mac and cheeseburger. Wasn't impressed. Wouldn't recommend. Oh, big elbow. Is that Macho what? Recto what? What's going on, Metarex? I'm so glad Metarex here. I'm so glad Dilly Todd is here. I implore you to stay tuned because there's something I think you'll want to see going off the ropes. There's some of that classic Lucha Libre action from King Meta. So great to see you here. So great to see you streaming again. I've been very happy to tune in where I can. Happy belated birthday to you. Another big springboard kick. Everybody say happy birthday to Meta, the birthday boy. It's been so nice to have you back on here. I was watching Voices of the Void last night. That was last night, right? I don't know what day it is, or, you know, that could have been last year. I don't know where I am or what's happening at any given time. I think that was last night. Oh, wow! Incredible. And now big boot. King sends Jin Kazama to the outside. Going up top! He will not let off. King is staying on the offensive here. Throws him back in. Pretty courteous, pretty respectable, honorable. Could have maybe just left him out there and enjoyed the victory via 5 count. But Jin Kazama's firing back with some karate kicks. Again, welcome in. So great to see y'all. I try my best to churn the hype machine on social media leading up to this. What a big flex by King. I was hoping people would come check it out because I just knew, whoa, what a spiral DDT. Ref's calling for it. That's the first knockout of the night. Moonsault. Oh, and somebody's busted open. I didn't notice who it was. You see the blood on the mat there. I don't know if it was Jin or if it was King. If it was King, I don't think we'd be able to see it, but it's leaking out of his mask. Oh, big knee. German! You got to get 2 points in the Tekken 2 out of 3. 2 points. King's got 1. Can Jin Kazama catch up, or is it just a matter of time before King goes 2-0 here tonight in the Tekken 2 out of 3? I do think it is Jin Kazama now that I get a better look at him. Who's bleeding here in the first ever WHCW Tekken 2 out of 3, and he's hammering blows. DDT! DDT, so good. King's going to go out, try to catch some fresh air. Of course, this place is filled with fresh air. We're in the Waffle House parking lot, not some stuffy bingo hall. And now Jin is firing back in the corner, targeting the leg. Look at the blood running down Jin's chest here. He's going to lock in a sharpshooter. Or no, what is he going for? Some sort of STF? Into a curb stop. And I wonder if Jin maybe thought for a second to go for some sort of submission hold, then realized the kind of fight that he's in, there are no submissions in this. What's he doing? Spitting in his hand? That man's definitely going to need some medical attention. Again, I don't know anything about Tekken lore. I don't know if Jin Kazama is like a magical karate wizard. I don't know what his thing is. Oh my goodness. Did that count as a point? He just stomped on one of King's limbs and that counted as a knockout? Well, thankfully, both of these men have been resuscitated. They're both at least somewhat in the world of the living. And this match is going to continue. Next one to get a point will be the winner of the Tekken 2 out of 3. King bounces back in. And I don't think we'll have to wait long to see another point on the board because these two have been put through the ringer. Jin Kazama losing blood rapidly. King, there's no time to emote King. I think you got to stay on him because we are like one good move away from hearing that bell ring a third and final time in the Tekken 2 out of 3. Drops him on the back of his neck. Who knows what's going on under that iconic cheetah mask? And I'm just waiting to hear it now. At this point, I have no idea what constitutes as a potential knockout in this. Oh, he's going for it again. Turns him over. Oh, he's got him in the sharpshooter. Oh, my goodness. Is that it?
Here is your
Holy fuck. Look at this guy.
the devil,
Jin Kazama wins the first ever WHCW Tekken 2 out of 3. Covered in his own blood, drenched in it, and you see what the cost of victory truly is. But perhaps worth it the Tekken community's greatest fantasy made real before our very eyes here at the Waffle House parking lot. Incredible. That was very interesting. He locked him in a sharpshooter, and I was saying before, the submission moves, while maybe effective, aren't going to end the match, but I don't think King tapped out. Perhaps he just passed out from pure anguish, from the pain, a la the classic Bret Hart Stone Cold Steve Austin match many years ago. I didn't expect to see it in there. And quite frankly, I said before, I think King's the coolest motherfucker walking the planet. I was kind of pulling for him for a little bit. I don't know much about Jin Kazama, but apparently he's earned his place as sort of the cover boy of Tekken, the face of the franchise, because good God, look at that man. I wouldn't want anything to do with him. Please, get your complimentary waffle and you could go home. I don't have anything else to say to Jin Kazama. What do we got next? I got a great match for you guys. I'm so excited to show you this match. I have an amazing card. This is a card built over the course of weeks. A lot of thought, a lot of time, a lot of effort was put into what you'll see is the first ever WAFFLEMANIA. And I'm so happy that Dilly Tots and Toddserract are here. It was already called out. They were the once and forever WHCW team's champions. And while WHCW ain't around anymore, as you can see, the Toddserract still rides and hasn't slowed down or missed a single step, because they're about to defend the Waffle House Championship Wrestling Tag Team titles tonight. There's a whole other world out there that the Toddserract has been running that we aren't privy to, but we're getting to tune into it tonight. But listen to the boos. Look at the absolute disrespect coming off of these two tonight. The New Day, months ago, turned their backs on the world, on the people, and on their brother Big E, and have since taken on a despicable new lease on life. Not limited to showing up at the Waffle House in IHOP regalia, throwing pancakes into the crowd. Do you see what the sign says? They don't serve pancakes here. They serve burgers, but not pancakes. This is the Waffle House. Oh, fuck these guys. What is wrong with them? I mean, seriously. They're throwing pancakes into the parking lot. The parking lot's throwing the pancakes back. Don't get me wrong, one of the most decorated tag teams in pro wrestling history, the New Day. I'm not taking anything away from them. I got a lot of respect for this team. Their accolades are aplenty. But show a little respect at WAFFLEMANIA. Are you kidding me? Everybody's booing. Now, I'll give you something to cheer about. I was talking about one of the greatest teams of all time you're about to see, in my personal, very biased opinion. What I believe, I've called many matches. Like, they aren't even taking it seriously as the fog rolls in to the Waffle House parking lot. There's also a fire in the Waffle House parking lot. That's okay. This happens every single night. This is part of the process. Here they come. In my opinion, the greatest tag team in pro wrestling history. We're in media res here. We haven't seen them in a long time on this stream. I haven't had the privilege of calling one of their matches in a long time, but evidently they've still been out there getting wins because they are the reigning, defending WHCW Waffle House Tag Team Champions, and they're going to put those belts on the line against the New Day. Folks, this has great potential to steal the show tonight. I remember. Oh, look, whose hands are those? They're entering and exiting the Waffle House. Everybody's enjoying a late dinner, perhaps a extremely early breakfast. The Waffle House, it never closes. It's always there for you, and you never know what you'll see, including the tag team champions in the parking lot. Dilly Todd's calling for an incredible match. And of course, they are the hometown heroes here representing the very restaurant that we're all here to pay homage to. Attire calling for another fire in the Waffle House parking lot. Don't worry, there's a protocol for this. It happens way more often than you think. You know, about as much as you'd think, not as much as you'd hope. The grill is on. Here we go! First title match of the night. It ain't gonna be the last, but it is the first, folks.
The following contest.
Tell them, Samantha.
Match set for and it is for
One fall.
World Tag Team Wrestling Championship.
Yes.
Introducing the challengers at a combined weight of 417 pounds. Kofi Kingston.
Woo, the disrespect. They have no respect for the canvas that they stand upon tonight in this parking lot.
At a combined weight of 456 pounds, the World Tag Team Wrestling Champions, the Brothers of Destruction.
That's the Toddserract right there, brother. Show and haul at the Waffle House. You called it. You knew it. You felt it in your bones. You felt it in your whole... Sorry, forgive me. A lot of people in this parking lot, if you listen. There we go. That's what it's all about. Those two belts right there. The purple straps. Not the WHCW purple straps, but even in WHCW, we got the purple straps. Toddserract, very decorated champions. Cross-promotional champions. Belt holders in any federation. Ring the bell. Here we go! Here we go. We're getting started with Kofi Kingston and Attire. Two shades of apron. Two legacies colliding here in the most prestigious parking lot in North America. Both teams will still exit here today as one of the greatest. But only one can leave as the greatest. And they'll be holding those prestigious purple straps, the WHCW Tag Team Champions. Kofi Kingston takes Attire to the corner, big uppercut. Now, it's worth saying, as much as I love the Toddserract, New Day definitely has, ooh, over the rope leg drop on the back of Attire's neck. New Day getting the early advantage here. New Day definitely has, double axe handle, has the experience advantage. These guys have been doing it for years. They've been through thick and thin. They've enjoyed numerous tag team championships. They've supported each other through singles championships. Kofi Kingston, a former world champion. Xavier Woods, a former king of the ring. But meanwhile, on the other side, you have the Toddserract, who, in my recollection, in my memory, and forgive me if I'm wrong, it's been a long time, I don't have the record books right in front of me, but if I recall correctly, once they won those tag team championships, I don't think they've ever been beaten. They maybe have just never been beaten, period. Dilly Todd's going berserk. Or, excuse me, that's Attire. Excuse me. Attire going for the early pin. It ain't even close yet. You're going to have to try harder than that to put a tag team veteran like Xavier Woods on the mat for a 3 count. And if I'm them, oh my God, pile driver! I was going to say if I were them, I would just try to kind of keep the tempo. Don't do too much too soon. That can be really difficult for your momentum, for your endurance through a match like this, but Attire just dropped Xavier Woods with that fucking pile driver. Now it's Dilly Todd's taking control, and look at this. This is the experience for sure. Even though they don't have as much as the New Day, they've got enough where it counts. And the Toddserract are keeping Xavier in their corner. Oh, they understand that's how you control the match. You cannot let those frequent tags happen. Especially because, I don't know if you remember, you know, back in the day on 2K22, these tag team matches could be quite a marathon. Because every time somebody go for a pin, the other guy runs in, he breaks up the pin. They introduced something with 2K24. This game's got a lot of problems, but it's got some things I appreciate as well. They added something to the tag team matches in this game where you can go in and break up a pin one time. You can be in the ring one time when you're not supposed to be. And then once you've done that, you're not allowed to do it again until your team tags out. Right? Sounds pretty helpful. Sounds pretty useful. Oh my God, New Day taking control of this match. However, if they continuously tag each other in and out, it kind of renders that feature null and void and unhelpful. So there's the other tag there. Wow, what a double team maneuver! Kick to the back at Dilly Todd's. Oh, but he gets up. He gets up. They had the advantage on him, but Dilly fights out of it, perseverant as ever. Could this be he's going for it? No, he was looking for that last ride, but Kofi fought out of it. Easy on the gird. Dilly and Meta in the chat. And that's what I knew. You know, this is a whole new game, like I mentioned before. Tag out to Xavier Woods. Dilly in the corner. Meta's right there. You might want to go for it. Wake up, Dilly. I mentioned 2K22 before. This is a whole new game. This is not the game. Well, it's not new. It's just not the game that I streamed back in the day. So for me to come in here and say I'm going to do a Waffle House Championship Wrestling stream, I got to figure out who's wrestling at that show. Who do I want on this card, right? I don't have all the characters sitting in the library that you're used to. But I knew if I was going to bring wrestling streams back, and of course I did in the only way that you could have ever imagined or hoped for, which is in the Waffle House parking lot. 2 count! Xavier kicks out. You knew I couldn't go anywhere on this journey without the Toddserract. I had to bring the greatest tag team in WHCW history back with me. Huge dive to the outside! Huge dive to the outside. And I've got both these guys in the chat for their match. Just so faithful, so reliable, so dependable. And I'm so glad to have them here for this incredible, probably the greatest wrestling stream we've ever done. This is WAFFLEMANIA. Just like everybody had always asked for or hoped for when they saw I posted I was going to do a wrestling stream today, everybody was saying, ooh, huge running kick to the back of the neck. Everybody was saying, man, I hope it's WAFFLEMANIA. That's what I want. That's what I've been hoping for. That's why, you know, at the top as well, Matt Thomas feature films, those were guys that I knew, enjoyed the wrestling streams, wanted to see them again. And I knew I had to get them on the card for WAFFLEMANIA. So even though I had to roll up my sleeves, get in the workshop, and start creating these guys once more from the ground up, double team flapjack maneuver. Excuse the terminology. I know we don't serve them here at the Waffle House. Waffles only. Got it, New Day? I knew I had to roll up my sleeves, get to work, and bring these guys to life in the ring one more time in 2K24. There was no doubt about that. Going up top, diving elbow. Xavier sees it and rolls out of the way. Shout outs to Creamy Scoops in the chat. Great to see you. Welcome to WAFFLEMANIA. Welcome to Waffle House Championship Wrestling. Right now you're enjoying the New Day, the challengers in the blue IHOP aprons, challenging the reigning defending Waffle House Tag Team Champions and the Toddserract, otherwise known as Dilly Todd's and Matterack. And here we go. Kofi Kingston and Dilly Todd's fight in the middle. German suplex. Wow, what a mat tactician. This guy knows graps. The Belgian special. Here we go. Bulldog out of the corner. And this is such a match. I said at the top, this has great... Oh, look at that. Dilly going for a cheap shot on Xavier Woods. He said, take that blue apron off. How dare you? Show some respect. This Waffle House is sacred. Another huge right hand knocks him off the apron. And this is the kind of opportunity you got to create an opening, right? How many times did we talk about this back in the day? You got to create an opening. You got to find an opportunity to finish the match without giving your opponent's partner the chance to stop you. You got to open that window and you got to capitalize. You got to hit that big move. We saw Dilly try to hit the last right earlier. Xavier Woods scouted it. Clearly had been watching his Dilly Todd's tapes. Running Bulldog. These guys are so well matched. Metarak going for the tag and Dilly gets it. Huge hot tag. Meta's in to meet Kofi Kingston. Here we go, but he gets a huge clothesline for his trouble. And a shining wizard. Big kick back and forth. Here we go. Meta's had a lot of time to freshen up on the apron. He's ready to fight. Big elbow. Legal man. It's hard to say. Here we go. Metarak going to the second rope. Oh, didn't quite get all of it. And by all of it, I mean none of it. Looking for that flying knee. Takes him back to the corner. Hits him with a jab, and he's tagging Dilly back in. That's all he needed. And that's really the key to this. Frequent tags, in and out, in and out. Oh, my goodness. Could it be? The two of them together. Double last ride. Dilly goes for the pin, and unless Kofi breaks it up, and he's going to try, I got to think that's it. Then, of course, he broke him up. Of course, he broke it up. A double-assisted last ride from the Toddserract. It doesn't get bigger than that. But Dilly's going to try pile driver. Huge pile driver to Kofi. And that might be it. Xavier's not coming in. I don't think he can. It's over. It's over. The champs retain. Still the greatest, motherfucker.
Here are your winners.
And still.
The World Tag Team
Unbelievable.
Champions, the Brothers.
The ref's scared, and he should be. He's also a line cook. So I heard he's got a lot of tickets back there. He's got to go get those started. The Toddserract. What did I say earlier? Both teams will be leaving tonight, still considered two of the best, but only one gets to be considered the greatest of all time, and that's this team right here. The Toddserract. A fire has erupted in the Waffle House parking lot. Again, don't worry, folks. We have a protocol. Unbelievable. In any promotion, in any ring, on any broadcast, the Toddserract shows up to win belts, defend championships, and forge legacies across the squared circle cosmos. Unbelievable. 4 stars. Amazing. Show and hole. We call that the glory hole because it's so glorious anytime the Toddserract is standing on the other side of it. The IHOP is closed. Get back there. Get back there. Get those stacks of flapjacks with all the fixins. We don't do it that way. This is Waffle House, all right? We scrap here. We got a jukebox, and we're throwing stuff, all right? You want a bunch of whipped cream and bananas and all that fancy stuff? Go back to IHOP, New Day. Go figure it out. I don't even know that the New Day is getting booked at WrestleMania this year, which is a travesty because they did have an incredible monumentous heel turn. They are deserving better. I don't even think they're getting booked on Raw, let alone WrestleMania. So I had to give them a little shine here at WaffleMania. I appreciate them coming over and entertaining us here, but get out of here. The hole was shown. Amazing. What a match. And we've got so much more, folks. There is so much more ahead. This is already proving to be an incredible night of pro wrestling. And I'm so glad Dilly Tots is here because I don't even know if he remembers this. I don't even remember the context for why this idea was floated in his chat. I don't remember the context of it. The popes, he said. The pope and the anti-pope. I don't remember why the premise of a pope and an anti-pope wrestling match was in your chat. It was weeks ago. And I joked. I said, you're going to make me buy 2K25 and do a pope wrestling match. I'm going to buy it now, all because of you. And he said, don't do that. Just do it in 2K24. And I said, just do it in 2K24. Interesting. That was a long time ago. I forget what that was even about. But here it is.
Making his way to the ring from the Garden of Eden.
Ooh.
Weighing in at 173 pounds.
The Ghost. Yes, Sirree Bob. It is the first ever Conclave cage match. And this is, of course, who better to serve as the anti-pope than the Dark Lord, Papa Emeritus. And you're saying, Taylor, why would it be Papa Emeritus? Didn't they just recently reveal Papa Perpetua? Meaning Papa Emeritus is now canonically dead in the ghost lore mythology? And to that, I would say in response, who are you? How did you get in my house? Get out of here before I call the police. Papa Emeritus has entered Waffle House Championship Wrestling for the very first time to compete in the Conclave cage match. You might also be saying, what are those giant gloves he's wearing? Those don't look like boxing gloves. To which I would tell you, I don't know, for some reason, boxing gloves are a Creation Suite asset that I don't own because it's part of some DLC, even though Muhammad Ali is a playable character in this. And oh my.
From the Vatican City, weighing in at 200 pounds, the Saint!
The Saint. There he is. The match hasn't even started, and Dilly's clipping this. He's so excited. from the Vatican. I couldn't believe the Vatican was like a place I could say a wrestler was from in this. I mean, who else would be from there? Here we go. The Pope himself descends from the heavens. And where else would he land? Where is he needed most? Well, naturally, a Waffle House parking lot. That's where he's needed. Now, I'm glad you clipped it. This is a huge moment. Look at this. This show is going to be remembered for years to come. You need to document it. We need to immortalize it. People need to understand what happened this night. Oh my god! There's some sort of heavenly eruption happening in the Waffle House parking lot. Flashbang warning! Now, this doesn't actually happen all that often. There he is! Oh man, I always wish it didn't mute the entrance music by default, because you could be hearing the iconic Shawn Michaels playing right now. The Pope has just entered the Waffle House. He's blessing the tables. He's blessing the bar. He's blessing he's blessing the griddle. Heavenly flashbang grenades. The Pope. We're talking, look at that. There's some sort of like solar eclipse happening up there in the sky. That's what's on the line here. We're not just fighting for titles anymore. We're fighting for heavenly glory. This is like the fate of the universe, of humanity. On the line here. Who will take us into the next era? Will it be the Pope? Or will it be the dark yet seductive Papa Emeritus? Let's send him back to the Vatican. All right, we're already... I see people are pledging allegiances in the chat. Dilly's going with the anti-Pope. Not too surprising. That said, the Pope's got his red shoes on. He's ready to dance. And here's the thing about the Conclave cage match. There's no escape. We don't do that baby stuff here. We don't play it wimpy in the Waffle House parking lot. This is an old school, dirty cage fight. The cage comes down. It's locked shut. Springboard dropkick from to the Pope. You cannot escape the Conclave cage. 2 men enter, and only one leaves as the winner. Pinfall or submission. DDT to the Pope. The hat stays on. Pretty incredible. And Papa Emeritus has got his iconic yellow boxing gloves. I'm not sure what kind of gloves. They're kind of like power gloves almost for like the NES. Or was that Super Nintendo? I never had a power glove. I wasn't a power glove kid. I hate to tell you all about that. Papa Emeritus calling for it with a maneuver, but the Pope dodged out of the way. Yeah, they're big yellow oven mitts. For real, there's a boxing glove asset in this game. And look at the stalling suplex. Blood rush into the Papa's head. He says, give me some big suplex. Papa felt that. I mean, this could be it. This could be added. You know, I know Ghost fans are freaking out because there was suggestion that they would maybe stop putting so much emphasis on the like mythological lore storytelling element of their band. But maybe this is it. Maybe this is lore unfolding before us. As we know, Papa Emeritus is no more. It's time for Papa Perpetua. Maybe this is how Papa Emeritus met his demise in the Conclave cage match. I don't know. And the Pope's got him locked in a big bear hug. He's going to have to box the ears to get out of there. Maybe a nice elbow the back of the Pope's neck. There we go. Box the ears there. Yeah, there's a boxing glove asset in this that I wasn't allowed to use on him. I can't remember if it was like attached to some DLC I don't own or like some My Faction thing, but I was so annoyed. This was the closest I could get to boxing gloves for him. And I also specifically remember boxing gloves like existing in prior games. So stupid. Oh, look at this. He's like, he just bounces around, man. That Papa Emeritus is like a spider monkey. He's going to go for the first pin in the Conclave cage match. The Pope kicks out. I don't even, again, Dilly, I don't know if you remember. Does anybody remember why this was even conceptually thought of in the first place? Because I don't. But I'm so glad it's happening. Here we go. He's going up. He's so quick. He's pointing at him. Oh, Heavenly Destroyer! Heavenly Destroyer from Papa Emeritus, who you can't just get to even slow down in this. The Pope definitely at a disadvantage in that respect. Sidewalk slam. Back and forth we go. Will darkness or light prove victorious at the end of our first ever, and let's face it, maybe last Conclave cage match? Hooks the leg. Emeritus is out. A satanic primate. Love that. The Pope's taking Papa to the corner. Dings his head off the turnbuckle. And this is what the Pope's going to need to do. He's going to need to slow down the pace of the match. I mean, look, he's going to need a hope and a prayer if he's going to get the pinfall after such meager effort. But that's what he has to do. Papa Emeritus running around here like a bouncing ball. Did you see the fake out? He said he was going to hit him and then got him with a DDT after the flinch. Another DDT. Emeritus wisely focusing on the head. Maybe he sees that big Pope hat and is identifying that as perhaps a weak point. Oh, spinning back fist! Spinning back fist to the Pope! You ever seen that before? Now he's going with the adjunct. Oh, the Pope's been busted open, folks. The Pope's been busted open. Harvest his nectar for the rising tides, for the blood moon. Oh, I don't know what that was. Papa Emeritus looks like he was queuing up something mean, and the Pope, for his good sake, managed to avoid it. Got him back in the corner. The Pope's got to slow this down because Papa... Wow, look at this, look at this! Was that an inverted Alabama slam to Papa? In the middle of the ring, but Papa gets up so quick. Papa is in the house. Give me that sweet Pope juice. I would like to drink it and get some of his powers. What kind of powers does the Pope have? How about the power of not one... Wait, standing lariat! Shades of the great Nacho Libre! Goes for the pin. Could that be enough? That move has ended a lot of matches, beaten a lot of good guys, but I don't know that the Pope has got it like Nacho did. And hopefully still does. We see going for here. What's the Pope going for? End of days! End of days from the Pope! Hooks the leg! Is that it? Unreal! The fighting spirit of the Papa. He kicked out at 1. I think that was the Pope's best move, and he kicked out at 1. Darkness may indeed prevail over light. No way! The Papa's taking the Pope's soul! The Papa's taking the Pope's soul! Say it with me! The Papa's taking the Pope's soul! The Papa's taking the Pope's soul! It's happening here in the Conclave cage match! He just got his soul sucked! He's hooking the leg! That's gotta be enough! The Pope has got enough left in the tank that he kicked out at 1! I can't believe what I'm seeing! The powers of darkness attempted to defeat the Pope. Another spinning back fist. And even that wasn't enough. The Pope has got backup souls. That's right. That's what happens when you drink your Pope juice, kids. You get another chance. And Papa can't believe it. I thought the Pope hit his best move. That's got to be Papa's best move. Oh, boom! Huge kick. And Papa's gooshin'. Pope's gooshin'. Where's Papa going? You can't escape. Interesting. A moment of confusion and perhaps desperation from Papa. He was thinking he was going to get out, but there's no escape. And look at the pose, the bravado, the pride. Be careful. That's a sin. That's a sin, Pope. And that is really the stake here. How does the Pope win without going too far over the line? Even if he gets his hand raised at the end of the night, can he go too far? If the Pope lets enough darkness in as a means of defeating Papa Emeritus, has the Pope won anything at all? It's so difficult. That's why the Pope doesn't wrestle very often. I don't know if you knew that. Power bomb! Poper bomb! It's a poper bomb! But the Papa was trying to fight God next. Well, I've heard the old phrase, your arms aren't long enough to box with God, and his arms weren't long enough to get out of the Conclave cage. Back and forth. How competitive. Every match tonight has been very competitive. Have you noticed that? And that's what we do here at Waffle House Championship Wrestling. Another springboard drop kick. This dude is just ping-ponging off the ropes. Hooks the leg. Could that be it finally? The Pope kicked out at 1. The fighting spirit, the Holy Spirit resonates through both of these guys. Pope's putting him up, or Papa's putting him up, fireman's carry, and wait a minute, around and around and around we go. He just stirred up the Pope's marbles. He don't know what's up or down, heaven or hell. And look, Papa wants out. That's what's so interesting to me. Papa seems like he wants to wrap this up as soon as possible. Maybe he's got... Oh, did you see that? He went to sleep. Papa's got crazy moves. I've never seen some of these moves before. Another one. Poper Bomb! Poper Bomb! The Pope hits a second Poper Bomb. And now gut-wrench Poper Bomb. Hooks the leg. Could that be it? Is Papa going to heaven? I'm kicked out of 1. This is insane. Has anybody even successfully managed a 2 count in this match yet? Unbelievable. Again, I don't really remember why we're doing this, but I'm so glad we are. Because I think we're learning a lot tonight, seeing this happen. Here's the thing I can tell you. No matter who wins tonight... I got nervous there. Oh, another! Could it be? Heavenly Destroyer! Will that be enough? The Pope's getting back up already. The Pope's getting back up already. Unbelievable. I don't know. I heard the Papa ordered some hash browns before he came out here. Maybe that's why he's so anxious to get back inside, so he can eat them before they get cold. You don't want soggy hash browns. But he's going to have to do more to put the Papa down. Body slam. Wait a minute. The lights have gone out in the parking lot. The Pope has embraced the darkness, and he teleported behind him. And he's going to try to hit a third spinning sit out Poper Bomb. Could that be it? Oh, he kicks at it too. The Pope teleported behind him and hit a spinning sit out Poper Bomb. And it didn't win, but he got a 2 count. Clearly the cracks are beginning to show. Another one. This Pope's a machine. This Pope's wild. This Pope is unhinged. And now he's gloating, showboating. He got that 2 count, and that does count for something, but it is not victory. Not yet. Oh, gut-wrench. I gotta say, I was discounting the Pope at the start of this, but he's really taking control of the Conclave cage match. Look, Papa, who was so quick and so unstoppable at the start of this, now keeps getting stopped in his tracks. He's taking him out for another fireman's carry. Oh! Helicopter! Boom! And he's gonna try again. Is that enough to put the Pope down for 2, maybe 3? Could it be? And it is. He got too dizzy and he lost. Papa Emeritus took like 6 power bombs. He's running around the winner circle. He's so proud, and he should be. He deserves it. He earned it. Yeah. That's right. He's gloating and yelling at his opponent who is not there. The Pope's gone. The Pope has disintegrated. Start pumping the black smoke out the chimney, brother, because the Pope ain't here anymore. He ran out of juice, he ran out of lives, and darkness has prevailed. And if there's any God left for any of us, the last Conclave cage match. 4 stars, amazing. I think this actually might be the best wrestling stream of all time. Because every match is delivered. I mean, I don't know who the match of the night will be. We've got some great ones coming up. Let's get out of here. Amazing. The Papa won. And that's why you got to make sure you never miss a Dilly Todd stream, because you don't know when he's going to inspire you and throw some great... this is not a great idea. You never know when he's going to give you some great ideas. I mean, we would never have had that had he not been cooking that night. All right, what do we got here? Let me get the tweet out, get the post out. Terrible idea. I did not get this idea from Dilly Tots. This whole idea was against my better judgment, and my better judgment lost. But here we go, folks. I said earlier that what we love to do here on this stream, WHCW, WHCW, we love to give you something that you're not going to see anywhere else. And I'm not joking about this. This is a real thing that's happening. The mayor of Knox County, Glenn Jacobs, formerly known as WWE superstar Kane, yes, he is a mayor now, has unironically, unjokingly challenged Governor of Minnesota and aspiring Vice President Tim Walz to a pro wrestling match. You can inspect the internal logic of that. What does that even mean? How could that possibly make sense? I'm pretty confident it's not going to happen, except it is going to happen right here, right now. We've got Glenn Jacobs versus Tim Walz happening in the Waffle House parking lot. No holds barred, may I add. What a show they have to follow up. I said the forces of darkness and light, and we did see those, but I think we might see it one more time. Let me see that one more time, brother. There's a fire in the Waffle House parking lot. Don't panic. We've seen a couple of these tonight. This might be the last fire in the Waffle House parking lot. I don't remember. The last one tonight.
The following contest is a no-holds-barred match. Making his way to the ring from Knoxville, Tennessee.
Shout out Knoxville. Fuck this guy. Shout out Knoxville. Boo. Now feels like, for no reason in particular, a great opportunity to wish you a happy and belated Trans Day of Visibility. Shout out to all our trans friends, and make sure to pile drive transphobes whenever you see them. Just thought to mention that right now. Fuck this guy. Boo, this guy stinks. He's going to be taking on Tim Walz, who I guess at one of his rallies said he could probably beat up most modern Republicans. And apparently Glenn Jacobs took offense to that challenge in a wrestling match. Makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. We live in a great world that makes a lot of sense. So we're going to make it happen here tonight. If nowhere else, it's here on this Waffle. Who is that? Tell Samantha. Tim Walz coming to the ring, the governor of Minnesota. Now, it took a lot for Tim to agree to this match. Obviously not a pro wrestler, not a lot of experience here. Glenn Jacobs offered to even blindfold himself, tie a hand behind his back, but the stipulation they came to agreement on was that Tim would be able to bring an accomplice to ringside as a manager to help coach him through this. A lot of speculation on who it would be. Not surprised to see it's not Kamala Harris. However, I'm not sure who that is. Did anybody catch a glimpse of it didn't even say a name. I don't know. I can't even see him now. I think he's still in the Waffle House, the parking lot. Loving Tim Walz here tonight. Who was that? He looked kind of familiar. I don't know who that was. All right, here we go. Glenn Jacobs. Who was that over in Tim's corner? He's wearing a mask. Here we go. Bell rings. And, I mean, naturally, Glenn Jacobs going to have the early advantage here. Again, love him or hate him, and I do hate him. Just an absolute fucking dunce who's taken a lot of exposed chair shots to the head. A lot of love for Knoxville, if you can believe it. But how this guy ever managed to hold office in any town eludes me. I don't know if I have a lot of love for Knoxville. I guess I just have a lot of love for some people there. And Meta's out. With that, he is out. He is done for the night. Well, we hate to see him leave, but thank you for tuning in, Meta. What a great show. Glenn Jacobs going for an early pin here. Who is that on the outside? It's a masked man. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for competing tonight at WaffleMania. Thank you for defending your Waffle House Championship Tag Team title with Dilly Tots. Great to see it. Showing us how it's done. Thank you for watching, my friend. And good night and sweet dreams. You've earned it. Don't forget to stop by the register on the way out. You can get your Waffle House order validated tonight. Tim Walz getting the early advantage in this match. He's turning it around. And I'm just sorry. I'm really curious. I can't see who that guy is at ringside. Glenn Jacobs, if you don't mind, I'm going to pause this real quick. Who is this? Hold on. I got an idea. We can turn on... What was his name? Did it say his name? I usually keep this off, but for this match, I'll turn it on because it will reveal who the hell's out there. 3 question marks! Oh, hell. We got a slugfest going between Tim Walz and Glenn Jacobs. 3 question marks. There's a mystery accomplice at ringside for Tim Walz. Who is that? I can't get a good look at him. Oh, Mayor Jacobs saying, give me one more right there, pal. And Tim Walz gave him another one, busted him open. Be careful what you asked for, Glenn Jacobs. He's been busted open by the governor of Minnesota. Back and forth we go. The Waffle House parking lot is raucous. It's fired up. Who wants it more? Is it going to be the in-ring vet mayor of Knox County? Oh, and he did, of course. All right, hold on. I can't get a look at this guy. Who is this at ringside? You got Glenn, you got Tim. I'm covering his face. Ooh, look, it's me. It's me. I'm the real one. I'm going to take control of him just for a moment. Camera pulls out. Who is this? Something about him feels familiar, but he's wearing a mask. Is this some sort of Antifa soldier? Did George Soros send this guy in? I'm going to start throwing some weapons in for Tim, maybe? Look at this guy. Glenn's going up top. What's he thinking? Come on, Tim. You got this. Look, I'm coaching him. Oh, Tim with the big reversal. Incredible work, Tim. Hold on. I want to throw in some weapons for him. It's no hold barred. How about a hockey stick? You got hockey over in Minnesota? Look at, can't get it in there quite. Hold on. I got you. I can't throw it in. I'll bring it in. Wow, what a reversal from Tim Walz. Here, Tim, you want this hockey stick? You can throw weapons in this. It's the greatest thing they've ever done. Sorry. Nope, sorry. Sorry about that. Who is this guy? He's got like a tactical vest and this like crazy horned mask. There's something about the tights, right? The tights are giving something. Some sort of a anonymous progressive warrior has been sent here to make sure it's a fair fight and Tim Walz gets an honest chance. Oh, look out, Tim! I'm standing right here. Maybe I should turn off the controller, but it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice to do this, you know? I kind of like doing this a little bit. Oh, well, that's karma right there. And I don't know if Tim needs the help. Who is this, though? 3 question marks. You know, I'm not, you know, in WHCW, I was the commissioner. I was in control of all the creative and booking. Here, I'm just kind of a lowly commentator. Throwing weapons is literally the greatest addition that has been made to these games, maybe of all time. What do you think, Tim? Look out. Sorry, I'm getting a little crazy on it, Tim. Sorry. No holds barred. I'm not supposed to get involved. I'm not supposed to be playing the game. I'm not supposed to be playing this. Don't do that. Sorry about that. Sorry, I'll mind my business. They've done it. The Democrats have once again rigged the game. They're sending Antifa soldiers to ringside to help Tim Walz. It's not a fair fight. Samantha, what do you think? There's something about this guy I like. I was still going for another exposed chair shot to Kane's head. He's taken many in his life, and I think that serves as a great explanation to a lot of his policies. And oh no, not Tim! I'm so sorry, Tim! I'm so sorry, Tim! I'm sorry about that, Tim. Why was I targeting you? Here, let me help you out. Get back in the ring. You don't know where you are, what you're doing. Get back in the ring. Oh God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Tim. I didn't mean to. Hold on, Tim. Oh my God, what a move! Do that again. He's moving like Papa Emeritus. Maybe that's who it is. I don't know. Into the Waffle House. Tim, you all right, buddy? Sorry about that. You okay? I'm so sorry. Let me see what's over here. Maybe I should give control back to you guys. I'm sorry about that. I was just having too much fun. Here, get back to it. We're gonna be here all night. They're in the Waffle House, folks. Look out! Look out, everybody! Clear path. We can't see them, but they're in there. Back and forth. It's Glenn Jacobs and Tim Walz in the Waffle House, and they're fighting back and forth. No, it's Glenn Jacobs who is thrown out. And both of these guys have seen better days. Tim Walz in the ring now, maybe hoping for some sort of count-out victory. And in a regular pro wrestling match, he might enjoy that right now. However, this is no holds barred. No disqualification, as you may have suspected. Oh, what's Tim thinking? Bulldog! Running Bulldog! And he's going to go for the pin. I don't think there's any rope breaks or else that might count too. They're both busted open. Is it enough? Glenn Jacobs, the mayor of Knox County, kicks out. And Tim Walz still has control of this match. I don't think Glenn saw that coming. Oh, here we go. Big, classic American Dream Punch. Hooks the leg. You see that mystery man at ringside? Did Tim do it? He's done it. Tim Walz, the governor of Minnesota.
Here is your winner, Tim Walz.
He's won. Be careful what you ask for. That big Glenn Jacobs son of a bitch is weird. And he's doing a little Batusi. Here he goes. Look at that. Glenn Jacobs has to be so embarrassed on the outside. Has to tuck tail and run back to Knox County. Goosh and blood brother. While Tim Walz will be dancing his way out of the winner's circle tonight. After all, the joking and the taunting. It is Glenn Jacobs who has to feel the sting of losing at WAFFLEMANIA. And you can only see that here. Aren't you so glad that it happened? I'm still so... I don't know what it is about that mystery man at ringside. I don't know who that was. But I just like... There's something about it that feels so familiar. And I can't shake the sensation that we've seen him before. And there's just some sort of intuitive force telling me we might see him again. 4 stars, amazing. Good job, Tim. And props on the manager choice. Could have gone a lot of different ways with that. But you went the way that won, so terrific. And congratulations. Well, folks, I told you that tag match was the first championship defense of the night. But it's now proving to not be the last. Because here we go. It's time. This actually, if you can believe it, this is not the main event. But it's time for the Waffle House Championship of the World to be defended. And we have got an incredible pairing here tonight. Tell them about it, Samantha.
Contest is a tables match, and it's for the World Heavyweight Wrestling Championship.
Oh my. Folks, when you're booking a Waffle House Championship Wrestling show, you really got to do your research.
Introducing the champion from Little Rock, Arkansas, weighing in at 270 pounds.
There's a fire in the parking lot.
Oh!
You know, there's a lot of names who are synonymous with Waffle House in the modern day. I think we maybe have gotten the 2 biggest ones in our World Championship match tonight. A modern legend in the content creation space, a huge name, emphasis on the huge, in Twitch streaming, Caseoh, has just entered the Waffle House Championship Wrestling ring for the very first time. And in doing so, finds himself immediately with the divine opportunity to be #1 contender to the Waffle House World Championship. It was such a huge get to get this guy. Just immediate aura and credibility came with this. It took a lot of negotiating in the contract room. But the other big name, not just one of the biggest names in Waffle House today, but one of the biggest names in pro wrestling today. Main event Jey Uso is the reigning defending champion.
San Francisco, California, weighing in at 242 pounds, the World Heavyweight Wrestling Champion.
Incredible.
Main event Jey Uso.
He's not gonna main event WrestleMania this year, evidently, and unfortunately, I hate to say it, despite his namesake, he's also not going to necessarily main event. It's a double main event tonight. It's a double main event. This is the first main event. Main event Jey Uso, whose Waffle House order went viral. You see it there, printed on his shirt. He orders, I don't know, like 12 eggs and 6 hash browns and like 5 cookies. Oh, yeet, yeet. That's what you do when you're a wrestling commentator. Jey Uso comes out. You do this. You do that. Yeet. Jey Uso naturally is the Waffle House Heavyweight Champion of the world, reigning and defending. I can think of nobody better than to hold that title. But tonight he's going to have to put it on the line against Caseoh. And it's going to get nasty out here. Tell him all about it, Samantha. Or maybe she's not. She already said their names and everything. So we might not be getting the little animation that plays at the start of title fights. Let's see. Maybe? No, we're not. And I'll tell you why, because this is a special match. Just like the Tekken 2 out of 3, just like the Conclave cage match, this is very special. Oh! I didn't even hear the bell ring, did you? You know what? And if you don't mind, I'm so sorry to interrupt the action. If you don't mind, give me just a moment. I'm going to move my camera. And you're going to see why, if you just trust me, and then I'll explain what exactly is going on here. All right? Coming right back, don't worry. Papa's on his way, not Emeritus. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I'm back. Because up in the top right corner, we're not going to worry about the star rating. We're going to worry about that timer. This is for the first time ever an Ironman tables match. That's 20 minutes on the clock. And we're going to sit here and watch all 20 minutes of it. The only way to win this match is to put your opponent through a table as many times as possible before that 20-minute timer is up. And the man with the highest score at the end of it will walk out of here as Waffle House World Champion. You already see one table's entered the ring. There's a couple at ringside. Oh my God, that almost wrenching that neck and knocking Caseoh off the apron. And if that table had been set up at ringside, I think Jey Uso would have gotten a very early point. 20 minutes, folks. It may seem like a lot, but when your objective is to put another fully grown man through a table as many times as you possibly can, it's a long, long time. That is a Herculean task that's been put in front of you. Now, Jey Uso, of course, going to challenge Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania in a few weeks. Just had to watch a horrific beatdown of his brother this past Monday on Raw. So there's got to be a lot of his mind. He might be a little distracted here. And that distraction, that wear and tear, that stress, is going to be what Caseoh has to be banking on so he can capitalize. Because otherwise, wait a minute, already got Caseoh set up in the corner. No way, Jey Uso going for it. Got him upside down and a big body slam through the table. Through the table, and that's 1 point up for Jey Uso. 1 point up, but Caseoh's already back up on his feet. And Jey Uso's setting up another table on the outside. That is 1 point. Oh, dive to the outside of the Waffle House parking lot. Now Jey Uso's up. All he has to do at this point is just keep that lead. If he can just stop Caseoh from putting him through a table for the rest of the match, he's won. He's already the champion. And here's also the distinct advantage Jey Uso has as the champion. Is if this were to end on a tie, if Caseoh were to put Jey Uso through a table and tie it up 1-1, and the match were to end, Jey Uso, by default, still the champion, tossed him like a damn ragdoll on the blacktop there. Caseoh can't just meet him in the final score. He has to surpass him. Oh my God, he just whacked him with the table, throwing it aside, and that's what I'm saying. Jey Uso doesn't even really need to stress putting him through a table. He's done it. He just has to keep control of the match for the next 17 minutes. He just can't let himself get tossed around like that. Caseoh going for the table. Because on the other hand, I think Caseoh understands, like, I'm already down one. We're not 4 minutes into this match. I've got a lot of catching up to do, and Jey's going to fight. Look, he's dancing. He's having fun. Gets thrown aside with a hip toss. Now it's Caseoh's turn to gloat. We're fighting our way into, I was going to say the stands. It's not quite, but I guess everybody is standing. We're just in the parking lot. DDT on the blacktop. Can we get a spotlight out there? DDT on the blacktop. Caseoh's busted open. Unbelievable. Another big punch. Like I said earlier, these are two of the biggest names today that I think are associated with the Waffle House. Jey Uso, it's a trend now, I've noticed. I think Jey Uso was the first one to ever get asked this question, but he got asked what his Waffle House order was, and he gave this monument. You know what? Let me look it up. We got 16 minutes. Let's look it up. It was printed on his shirt. But let me give it to you straight here. Jey Uso reveals his order at Waffle House from the Squared Circle subreddit. Oh, it's just a video. I need to see. I want the text of it. Can I get the raw text? Here we go. Fightful reported on it. Jey Uso's Waffle House order. Triple hash browns, yeet. Scattered and covered, yeet. You have to know the language. It's like going to Starbucks. You can't say large. 6 scrambled eggs with cheese, yeet. 2 waffles with chocolate chip cookies. What does that even mean? Did he just mean waffles with chocolate chips? 2 waffles with chocolate chip cookies? Do they do that? The only time it gets peanut butter waffles. I didn't know that was a thing. I mean, unless it's just waffles with peanut butter on it, then, you know, that could be a thing anywhere you go. It's not that complicated. 2 lemonades. I don't drink nothing but lemonade at Waffle House. I might need 3 or 4 of those. Maybe 3 or 4 lemonades. Then maybe a coffee at the end. That's the appetizer I haven't even given my kids order. There you go. Jey Uso's iconic, viral. Oh my God, he's throwing him into the car. Look out! Look out, we're not liable for that. We're not covering that. Throws him towards the steps. No one's gone through a table, and we're now almost 14. Well, no, someone has gone through a table, but there's not been another table destruction since the initial. And now I see wrestlers get asked what their Waffle House orders are all the time. I saw somebody talking to Big Dwayne Johnson. I think it's the same group. I think it's the same. Oh, spear! That's the name of the spear I ever saw. Jey Uso gets a lot of flack for that spear, but I think he hit it pretty effectively on Caseoh, who's stunned. Somebody has to rock his Waffle House order. I could see he was stunned. He was like, "Oh my God, yeah, that's the question you're asking me right now." After Elimination Chamber, I think it's the same group that asks the Waffle House question. But now it's like, I love it. Every time I see it, I'm excited to see what it is. And they almost always have like a real answer. You can tell they're not just making it up. They're the real deal. You can sniff out a Waffle House phony when you see one. Oh man, I thought Caseoh was about to put Jey through the table. That is standing there ominously. We call that Chekhov's table in the biz. You see one set up like that, someone's got to go through it before the match is over. And Jey Uso's gonna attempt to go up another point here, and I think he's gonna do it. No way, big suplex through the table. Another one. Jey Uso and Caseoh somehow, like they don't rhyme, but they sort of do in my brain. They're like becoming one name, one being. Jey Uso. Is it bedtime yet? Have I earned my keep yet as a Waffle House wrestling commentator? Does it make sense yet? Am I going to get the gig? Caseoh is down and out, and he needs to rally here, folks. This is a tough match to be thrown in as a rookie. But Caseoh knew he was such a huge get. A 1D. He was such a massive get for this show. He understood that he could throw his weight around. No pun intended. People love to give him a hard time about being such a big man. I think it borders on... apparently he doesn't mind. I think it borders on being quite rude and unnecessary at times. I'm sure it gets to him. Of course, that size advantage could really make a difference here. You would think so, but Jey Uso keeping control of this match, setting up a third table. So Caseoh punched his ticket. He said, I want to challenge for the title. Far be it from me to say no. I understood that was a huge opportunity. And he just hung Jey Uso up on the apron, busted him open. But Caseoh, here's the thing. He's got to put Jey through not just 2, but 3 tables if he wants to be the champion tonight. And we're just about halfway through this match. Another spear! Another spear from Jey to Caseoh in the parking lot. And the Waffle House faithful are chanting one more time. They're bloodlusted. There's sick people out here in this parking lot. You think there's some crazy people inside? You should see the people we don't let inside. They stay out here. They love it. Both men busted open. The blood starting to form crimson masks. And they are scrapping on the outside. But this is what's so brilliant. Oh, could it be a big... Dropped him on his head. Dropped him on his head. This is the moment where Caseoh has to capitalize and get a table set up. Not the water bottle. Not the water. What are you swinging a water bottle? Oh, that was pretty cool, actually. That was pretty cool. That's an empty plastic water bottle. Is not an effective weapon, I don't believe. Oh, wait a minute. Or could it be? He's crushing the Dasani on Jay's head. But here's the problem. Caseoh's playing to Jey Uso's advantage here. He can't get caught up in the nitty-gritty of trying to just simply win the fight. He's got to think strategically. He's got to get a table set up. He's going to go for a massive power bomb on the blacktop. And don't get me wrong. You see Jay down there. He's beat up. He's hurt. If this was a good old-fashioned wrestling match, I bet he could... Oh, that's not good. He knocked that table down. I bet he could hook that leg and get that belt right now. Yeah, may as well. Get him out. Get him out. Get him out. No, you can't. Does Caseoh even know where he is at this point? I'm not sure. It's not clear. Oh, my God. Just so many opportunities. And, you know, that's the thing. People just think you come in here and wrestle and you just throw punches and hit moves, and it's as simple as that. But there's a strategy to this. There's a rhythm to this. You got to be smart. You can't just be the biggest or the strongest. You got to be smarter than your opponent. You got to find opportunities to do things like set tables up so that you can utilize the time left in this Ironman tables match. And Jey Uso, again, all he's got to do is keep Caseoh down. He's won this match. At this point in time, Jey Uso is still the world champion. At this point, he's just stopping Caseoh from winning. And Caseoh's going to find him. He's got big moves on the outside, but he's got to get Jay through a table. 3 of them in the next 9 minutes. And if he doesn't start making progress on that, I mean, we're just watching a match that's already over at that point. And he's getting, I think his temper's getting to him. And I don't know him to really have, you know, I've seen a couple Caseoh streams in my life. He's got a little bit of a temper, but not in a way that I would expect like this. You know, he's not present, and that is the inexperience that Jey Uso could take advantage of, because he's already got his points in. At this point, all he's got to do is survive. Because Caseoh's throwing tables around. You got to set those up, brother. What are you doing? You're not even throwing it at Jay anymore. He's having a temper tantrum in the Waffle House parking lot. Well, Jey Uso's bleeding all over. Got reserved space for Papa Emeritus. 8 minutes left. I'm not saying it can't be done, but I'm not sure that it will be as they begin to descend into the Waffle House parking lot shadows once more. And I can't, you know, obviously this would be, look, Jey Uso's even going to get some more tables out. He don't need to do that anymore, but he's going to do it. This would be a huge, Jesus. He's throwing him in the ring. I mean, he's doing half of Caseoh's job for him. And maybe that's just how confident he is. Caseoh's got that table. Caseoh doesn't know what to do with the table. Maybe, did somebody explain the rules to Caseoh before we got started here? Look at this. Oh, wait, Jey Uso, I think, going to pay for... No, he's not! I thought he was going to pay for the emote. I thought Caseoh was going to put him through the table. Please don't tell me. Not a third one. Fights out of it. I mean, that's game over. If Jey Uso gets another one. Boom! Huge slam. Caseoh gets him through that first table. It's now 2-1. Huge dive to the outside on a live dive. Jey Uso's still up 1 point. Remember, Caseoh's got to get 2 more of those if he's going to win tonight. And if Jay manages to score once more, I mean, I think that's got to be over. Look at this. There's pieces and parts all over this place. There's blood all over the blacktop. These guys are gushing. They've now found themselves on opposite sides of the same car. Jey Uso, on the other hand, we talk about momentum. I said it before. He's going to be going into WrestleMania 41 with the opportunity. 1D. Challenge World Heavyweight Champion Gunther after winning the Royal Rumble. Can you imagine the aura, the momentum that he'll bring into that show into Las Vegas in a few weeks? If he's still got the Waffle House World Championship. Oh, acknowledge the Waffle House bloodline. Acknowledge all the amazing men and women who make Waffle House work 24 hours, 7 days a week. Imagine if he still got that Waffle House Championship around his waist when he goes to WrestleMania. I mean, Gunther will have to recognize that. Powerbomb on the outside again. And that's all nice and dandy, but there is just barely 5 minutes left in this match. Another huge move. He keeps blasting Jay with these big moves on the outside. I don't know how either man is standing at this point, but you can't get caught up in the mix out there. You gotta put him through a table again. Now it's Jey Uso who somehow lifts Caseoh up. He's so much bigger than he is. Like sit-out powerbomb, shades of the Pope on the outside there. Never thought I'd say that, but it's true. Shades of the Pope with that sit-out powerbomb. I can barely see what's going on, guys. Please, reel it in. Please. It's a championship match, and as good as this is why. I just had a feeling that I have something else in the chamber here that I think really will earn the divine right to go on last. See all these matches as good as they've been? What could possibly close out the show tonight at WAFFLEMANIA? You'll have to wait and see it, but I promise it'll be worth the wait, and I think it's going to deliver on all fronts. I have no idea what's going on out here. Hello? We're in the Shadow Realm. The Waffle House faithful seem to be loving it. I'm not even sure. Can these guys get back in the ring? Is it possible? What plane of existence are they functioning on? At this point, I'm almost ready to call it. I'm not saying it's impossible to put a guy through a table in 4 minutes. Twice. But I don't know what I'm even looking at this point. Please, I'm half tempted to get in here, you know. Sometimes I would do that back in the day. You got to get in. You got to assume direct control, Harbinger style, wrestler to kind of get a match back on the rails. I did assume direct control earlier of Tim Walz's mysterious masked manager, just to see if I could understand who that was. And we never did figure it out. We never did crack the code. And I'm kind of tempted to assume direct control of one of these guys and get him back to the ring at least. You know what? I think I'm going. This has gone on long enough. Here we go. Check this out. And I'm not trying to give anybody an unfair advantage. Okay, I'm not doing... I mean, I don't even know... Okay. Who... Where is either of these guys? Okay. I think I'm... Okay, Jey Uso... Who's winning? Jey Uso? Okay, he's got the advantage. Let's get us out of here. Yep, there we go. Let's get this back in the ring, guys. Come on. Grab this table. You could light it on fire. Maybe we will. Put this table in here. Check this out. Sometimes you got to get in there. Are those nooses out there in the Waffle House parking lot? Jesus. All right, 2 tables set up. 2 tables set up. Here we go. Get in the ring. Oh, my God. What are you guys doing? Get this match back on track. You got 3 minutes left to become a champion tonight, Caseoh. Jey Uso, you got to just stop him. I don't know. I feel bad. I think maybe nobody explained the rules to Caseoh before this match started. He just thinks it's a powerbomb guys in the parking lot match, and if it was, he'd be the greatest to have ever done it. He doesn't know what these tables are. Why are they out here? I mean, if you didn't know better, that's a weird thing to do, to slam someone through a table. All these tables set up, no one's putting anything on them. No snacks, no decorations, no chairs to pull up alongside them. We just keep getting tables. There's enough tables out here already. You've got what you need. You've got the ingredients. Now cook. Come on. But like I said, I understood this was Jay's strategy all along. He said, all I got to do is get on the board and run down the clock. 1D again. And while Caseoh did manage to get some momentum, it's still 2-1. And at this point, we're just running down the clock, folks. This isn't exactly what I had hoped for or envisioned in this World Championship match. But it's been a hell of a slobber knocker, that's for sure. There's just no way Caseoh gets him through 2 tables in the next minute and a half. Maybe he could do 1 if he wasn't laid out stunned on the blacktop right now. Maybe he could do 1, but that just simply wouldn't be enough. And I feel for him. Maybe we set him up for failure. This is not the kind of match you make your wrestling debut with. Come on, show us something. Remind us why you're here. Table v table? Oh, no, he just couldn't get it up quick enough. That's it. I mean, Jey Uso, I'm sure he's heard all his critics. He's had to endure so much these past couple weeks, and I guess he's just out here to prove everybody definitively wrong. He said, I'm not just going to win, I'm going to win definitively. Huge standing lariat there. And he's calling for the Uso. Everybody said it. The Waffle House faithful love him. 40 seconds left on the clock. I mean, this meant that we already know who's won this. Oh, insult to injury. Just let the man go home, Jay. There's no need for this. You won. You're the champ. 25 seconds on the clock. And in fact, this whole thing started to take on a different sensation now. I'm now standing here going, what's happened to this man? He's snapped. He's broken. For the love of God, pull yourself together, man. There's no need for this. He's throwing a tantrum. He's throwing tables. You won. Leave him alone. There's no need for that. Good grief. And still. I'm not going to say, look at the blood again, looking like Jin Kazama. It's brutal at WAFFLEMANIA. Has there been blood in every single match? Good grief. Running the blade. I'm not going to say he didn't have to fight for it, and he certainly did earn it. But I definitely hope for a bit of a more competitive showing in this Ironman tables match. Caseoh did manage to get a point on the board. He did show up. He hit some huge moves. I mean, you see Jey Uso, that's not a guy who managed to sleepwalk through this. I mean, he is bloody, bruised, broken. He's going to need a lot of rehab before WrestleMania, but he will go into WrestleMania with the most prestigious belt in the industry today, and that is the Waffle House World Heavyweight Champion. Even a classic ring general like Gunther's going to have to recognize and respect that. I think he got Gunther's respect. This is definitely going to really inform their matchup at WrestleMania. But congratulations to Jey Uso, who won the first main event match of the night. What an incredible display. Yeet. Incredible. We got 2 more matches for you tonight, folks, before we all go beddy-bye. Before we get to our second and final main event of the night, it's time for a special story time. It's story time. Are you ready to hear a bedtime story? Because what you're about to see is a pro wrestling / Waffle House legend unfold before you and be made into object reality. Let's take a look at this. We've, of course, got an incredible icon headed to the ring here. The Macho Man. Hey, what's the deal? I thought we had enough brand deals on this show. The Slim Jim attire?
An Extreme Rules match! Making his way to the ring from Sarasota, Florida, weighing in at 239 pounds, Macho Man Randy Savage!
The Macho Man, an icon, a legend, one of the greatest to ever do it, undeniably. Such a treat, a pleasure, and a privilege to see the Macho Man in the WHCW ring for the very first time tonight. And really, my understanding is he's just here because he wants to eat. Macho Man hungry, he wants to eat. He's snapped into a couple of Slim Jims, evidently. He's had a few meat snacks. However, you gotta have some hash browns, some eggs. I could actually really go for some breakfast food right now. Like, we're going to end the stream and I'm going to want to go make some eggs. However, someone else is here to interrupt his dinner.
And
Yeehaw!
from New Mexico, weighing in at 239 pounds.
It's Cowboy.
Cowboy!
It's Cowboy. That's his name. That's all it is. He's just a cowboy off the old dusty trail. Any resemblance he may bear to other famous cowboys, purely coincidental. And this is definitely not any sort of foreshadowing indication of a game I might play in full sometime later this year on this stream. That's not what's happening. He's just a cowboy. Now, what is going on here? What is this match? A story time? This is a legend made reality? What is all this? Well, folks, I love to call these matches. I love to commentate, but it's time for us to read a story. A pro wrestling Waffle House legend. And this is from ProWrestlingStories.com, author J.P. Zarka. Got to give credit where it's due. With an excerpt from Dutch Mantel's book, The World According to Dutch. It was late on a Wednesday night in the late 1970s. Dutch Mantel and Macho Man Randy Savage had just worked a Nashville house show in front of a sold-out crowd. Randy was traveling with Rip Rogers, and Randy was hungry. So they did what many professional wrestlers traveling in the South do and pulled into a Waffle House. Waffle Houses are known for being open for 24 hours and for their cheap diner food, perfect for someone on the road trying to get a quick bite before going home. When you mention cheap, that was exactly a Macho Man's, this is a quote, that was exactly a Macho Man's price range. Randy was noted for his frugality years before Mick Foley made it an art form. That was a direct quote from Dutch Mantel. Savage had a wow, what a cowboy. Savage had a penchant for pinching pennies. He was also not one to mess with once he had his mind set on something. In this particular case, he had his mind on food. He was hungry, and not even an upbeat regular at the local Waffle House coming in proclaiming the best. What did he just get out from under the ring? Wait a minute. The Waffle House faithful are chanting they want tables. You got enough of them. I believe Randy Savage has stashed a giant Slim Jim under the ring. And the Cowboy just about snapped him into it. But the Macho Man has taken advantage back in this match. Clothesline on the outside. Look at that Slim Jim. That is massive. You could feed a family through the winter off of that. In this particular case, he had his mind on food. He was hungry, and not even an upbeat regular at the local Waffle House coming in, proclaiming the best news of his life was going to take attention away from him ordering his waffle. Here's another direct quote. Here's another direct quote. Oh my god, I'm getting an ad. Another direct quote from Dutch Mantel. Savage and Rip had only been sitting there for a few moments when their waitress came to take their order. While they were giving the waitress their order, I wonder what it was. Randy said, another meat stick! You just threw the Slim Jim at the Macho Man. You gotta be kidding me. He just threw the Cowboy back into the Waffle House, and Randy Savage is twirling the Slim Jim. The Cowboy's on the run. You better. He just yeeted that Slim Jim across the parking lot and snapped it across the Cowboy's back. While they were giving the waitress their order, a skinny little cowboy type walked to the door and in a loud voice boomed out the news that he had just gotten married! 3 exclamation points. End quote. New quote. He intended this for the third shift Waffle House staff behind the counter and not for Randy. I heard later that the Cowboy was a frequent customer and knew all the Waffle House employees. The waitresses were elated. They immediately walked away from the table where she had been taking Randy and Rip's orders and gave the Cowboy a high five, which Macho Man took as a sign of disrespect. Still direct quotes. Randy was hungry and he wanted food, not some bullshit happy-go-lucky store. Snap! I heard a big snap in the Waffle House. As all the waitresses and cooks congratulated the Cowboy, in Randy's mind, all that was being accomplished was his food was being delayed. On the surface, it was a feel-good happy moment. I heard a big snap again. It was a feel-good happy moment for all of them. All of them except Savage, who was showboating on the outside now. Savage wasn't very happy. The announcement had interrupted his meal order. Savage wanted a waffle. Now! 3 exclamation points. End quote. At this point, most people would allow the Cowboy to have his moment of basking in the glory of others congratulating him on the exciting news of getting married. But Savage wasn't like most others. He just wanted to order his night breakfast, and nothing was going to get in the way of that. I would love a night breakfast right now. That would hit the spot so hard. I would even order a Waffle House cheeseburger right now. Savage had heard what the Cowboy said when he entered. As the conversation about the marriage continued, the Cowboy said that he was really in love with this girl. Savage, out of nowhere, had to add in his 2 cents. Direct quote. Savage said, out loud, and to nobody in particular, but to everybody that could hear him. Is it a noose? See that? Is there a noose in the Waffle House parking lot? I don't like the implications. Big ladder! Wait a minute! There's another big ladder under there, left over from our opening match. That big ladder was a huge decision maker, and that Waffle House coupon exhibition could also have a huge impact tonight on this legend-made reality. Savage said out loud and to nobody in particular, look, there's another giant Slim Jim looking in the Cowboy's toilet, and he's going to snap it on Randy. Oh, not the big meat stick. Macho Man said, who gives a fuck? The conversation in the Waffle House came to a screeching halt. Everybody heard what Savage had just said, especially the Cowboy dude. Everything just stopped for a moment. Waffle Houses are... Oh! Randy Savage busted up on the big ladder. And he's getting put up by the Cowboy. Waffle Houses aren't that big to begin with. And when Savage made his comment, the Cowboy and Savage were only about 15 feet apart. The skinny little Cowboy... to the outside through the ladder. This was just meant to be the little blow-off match between the 2 main events. Let everybody catch their breath, but this is insane. This is the most stacked card of pro wrestling I've ever delivered on this broadcast. I think it really might be. Skinny little Cowboy did another Slim Jim. Didn't like what Savage had said. He looked squarely at Randy and asked, what did you say? Savage looked back at the Cowboy and repeated what he had first said. Not that there was much doubt in what he had said, but this time he slowly oozed the words out, just to put more emphasis on them. I'm hearing like more snaps than I don't even see Slim Jims nearby, but I'm hearing snaps. I said, who gives a fuck? With the fighting words of, who gives a fuck, delivered in typical Savage form, snap. Things were about to go from calm to conflict very soon. The Cowboy had been tested. Was he to respond aggressively after being challenged by the crazy wrestler? Oh my God, leave him alone! He's just gonna get married. Body slam, the crazy wrestler he likely saw on television numerous times before. Or was he to put his manhood and testicular fortitude aside and step away from the situation? Is he gonna go for the pin? I didn't finish reading the story yet, Randy. He's going for the pin. Wait a minute. The Cowboy kicks out. He's got so much testicular fortitude. The Cowboy walked just a few steps toward where Savage was. This is a long story, eh? Where Savage was sitting, looked down at him, and asked, you got a problem? Savage arose from his seat like an old Western gunslinger. Oh, interesting. Ironic. And stood up facing the Cowboy, eye to eye. The Cowboy, who weighed in soaking wet at $150, listened to Savage counter with a question of his own in the gravelly, oh yeah, take it, voice that would years later be his trademark sound. I don't know. Do we? Both men now stood facing each other. They looked like 2 cats ready to fight pile driver. The fight just broke out as they stood eyeball to eyeball with their body English, giving every indication to the term body English? Wait a minute. Flying elbow from the Macho Man. Oh my God. What the fuck? What is this? I pressed too many buttons, brother. Get me out of this. That was crazy. Is that enough? And it is. The Cowboy lost. I didn't get to the end of the story, Randy. Y'all just beat each other from side to side across the parking lot with Slim Jims. I didn't get to the end of the story. You're the winner. Of course he's the winner. I don't know who swung first, but according to Savage, it was the other guy. Savage grabbed the Cowboy in a headlock, which I didn't even know he knew how to do. And they both went down on the floor and were punching and kicking and screaming at each other right in front of a huge Wurlitzer jukebox. Great. 3.5 stars. I'm finishing my story before we get to the main event. As Savage and this Cowboy guy wallowed around on the floor, the Waffle House people panicked and called the cops because their friend was in a fight with Randy Savage, the crazy wrestler. They knew who Randy was. They thought he was crazy. Everybody in Nashville thought he was crazy. Hell, I even thought he was crazy. Rip thought that Savage was crazy too. What did Rip do when all this was going on? From all accounts, Rip did what all good friends do when their buddy got into a fight. He bolted out the door of the parking lot. That's where we are. We're in the parking lot. We were just there. With Rip out of harm's way and now enjoying the show from the outside looking in, Macho Man and the Cowboy continued their tussle on the inside. Soon enough, the cops would arrive. Before that would happen, weapons were introduced. Oh, were they giant Slim Jims heading under the ring? On the floor, Savage and the Cowboy were kicking and punching each other. This is such a long story. It didn't really look that long until I actually am now reading it out loud. But no real damage was being done. I have to read all of it to justify why this even happened. Somehow the Cowboy guy worked his way free from Savage and reached down in his pocket and pulled out a knife, not a giant meat snack. When Savage saw the knife, he panicked because Savage didn't have a weapon. As the Cowboy brandished the knife in front of him, I love the internet. The internet is so good, especially on a phone. As the Cowboy brandished the knife in front of him, Savage took a good look at the silver blade, and then in a split second, he jumped over the counter to the grill area and grabbed the nearest knife he saw. Savage jumped over the counter, and both men squared off against each other, with both of them doing their best fencing moves at each other. Savage then looked at his weapon that he had picked up behind the counter. It was a butter knife. Before Savage was able to inflict any real damage with his weapon of choice, the cops arrived. The Cowboy took this as his cue to leave, so he jumped on the back of his horse. He actually rode a horse and rode off into the sunset. Well, not really, but you get the picture. Okay, not really. Calm down. Meanwhile, Randy did not. In his mind, he was not at all at fault. More importantly, he was still upset that attention was taken away from him when he was ordering his food. I feel that. And he strongly felt that he was in the right all along and that the Cowboy was the instigator, not him. The Waffle House staff disagreed. Right as the police entered, the entire Waffle House staff all stooged Savage as the instigator of the whole thing. Randy had seriously impacted the TV viewing audience in Nashville in only a few months. The police knew who he was. They were all wrestling fans too. He was the Macho Man, the guy who acted like a complete crazy man on TV. Actually, Randy was very convincing in his interviews because he had the whole town thinking he had mental problems. Savage blurred the lines between reality and make-believe. Now the cops were warier than they really had a right to be because they were dealing with the wrestler and a wrestler they thought was crazy. The cops turned their... Is this story over? I guess I now am revealing that I didn't actually read all this. The cops turned their attention to Randy, telling him to turn around. He was under arrest. Savage didn't see it that way. In Randy's view, it was he who was the victim, not the aggressor. In his mind, the Cowboy was the one who started it, not... Okay, I'm sorry, Dutch Mantel. We could have edited this down a bit. A struggle ensued with the cops. The police struggled with Randy as they attempted to put handcuffs on him, but it wasn't working. Macho Man kept resisting. Maybe we have to do another match where he fights 3 cops. That'd be sick. Randy kept screaming at the cops that they were letting the guilty one get away, and he was the one who had been attacked. They had no success in handcuffing Macho Man, so they maced him. I'm just seeing if there's any... I think we read enough. I'm like halfway through the story. If you want to know how the story ends, you can go to ProWrestlingStories.com by author J.P. Zarka, giving many excerpts from Dutch Mantel's book telling the story. Isn't that nice? Wasn't that a great way to make that legend real for you? With the time Randy Savage got in a fight with the Cowboy in the parking lot at Waffle House. You come across the story, sometimes you Google... Let's get in here. Sometimes you Google Pro Wrestling Waffle House, and you don't expect to find anything, and then you uncover a gem like that. This is our main event. Let me get this out. This is the last match of the night, folks. What a Waffle Mania it's been. I would say perhaps the greatest Waffle Mania of all time. But it's time for our main event. We've seen teams' titles defended, world title defended, but this is a prize. Gauntlet match.
The rules of the match are as follows.
Tell them, Samantha.
2 superstars will start.
We never
in
done
the
this
ring.
before.
When one superstar is eliminated, a new superstar enters. Elimination can occur by pinfall, submission, or disqualification. The match continues until one superstar remains, and that superstar will be declared the winner.
This is a Waffle House Gauntlet match, not for any old championship belt, but for this distinct opportunity to receive a promotion to a shift leader position.
And from Austin, Texas,
Here we go.
Ferguson.
They call her the front of the house. Wendy Ferguson has arrived to the Waffle House parking lot. She's entering. She's clocking in for her shift, folks, and she's going to have to run the gauntlet. Wendy Ferguson versus the world. And if she manages to outlast, overcome, and defeat her opponents tonight, she will have earned the promotion to a shift leader management position at her local Waffle House, folks. She's got chair in hand. She's trained for this her whole life. Battle hardened. A true vet of the Waffle House. But she will have to beat not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 opponents in one night to punch her ticket and become a shift leader here at the Waffle House. She has wanted this so badly, folks. When I understood the story that was being told, here we go! Well, her shift's just started. It's the Sunday morning crowd. The rush is coming in. And wouldn't you know it, after church on Sunday, this old lady, she's already so upset because the Pope was defeated in the Conclave cage match, wearing her Sunday best, and she's got some opinions on how her food has been served to her. She's getting in the ring so she can complain, demand a refund, or perhaps to even speak to the manager. Look out! Look out! She's praying, look out! She's yelling at the customers in the parking lot. She said, I want to speak to who's in charge. Well, Wendy wants to be in charge, so this is her first challenge of the night. She will meet Sunday Karen in the ring, and she will have to defeat her. The front of the house, Wendy Ferguson. There it is, represented in the form of a prestigious wrestling championship belt, the shift leader position. There's an opening. And management saying they want to hire somebody from outside the company. They want to do an outside hire. She said, no, promote me. I'm ready for this. Wendy Ferguson. Here we go. Karen has risen. Ring the bell. Here we go. Oh my God, they're both running in there. Both stopped just short of each other. Now, unfortunately for that immediate misstep, Karen's got the early advantage in this match. This is a gauntlet. Oh my God. You could see Wendy's face. That was very unpleasant. I hate to have seen that. I might go back to reading my Macho Man Cowboy story. Huge shoulder block into the corner. Wendy is strong. She's reliable, perseverant. She looks a little lost right now. You all right? Hopefully the nerves of this opportunity aren't getting to her. It is a challenge getting promoted, especially in the current job market. But Wendy is going to prove tonight, through this gauntlet match, that she has what it takes. Only the best of the best, the cream of the crop rises to the top, to quote a certain Slim Jim Warrior. It's not enough to know the menu. It's not enough to take orders. You have to be prepared for every situation. Huge splash to Karen, hooks the leg. Has she already made an elimination? No, Karen kicks out at the 2 count. Mega splash. Well said, Dilly Odds. And she's just going to throw her around like a rag doll. This is the main event, folks, for a reason. This is a huge gauntlet match, the likes we've never seen on this broadcast before. Gauntlet matches not even possible back in the day in WHCW. This is a distinct opportunity we have here tonight to prove that Wendy's the best, but she's going to have to pull it together. I don't think coming out quite as strong as she hoped. Oh, what she got? Big clothesline. Bringing Karen back up. Another one. Oh, boom! What a kick to the chin. And if you're Wendy, you're going to want to wrap this up as quickly as possible. Your first opponent of the night, you can't afford to go out there, showboat. You don't got to worry about the pace of the match. What moves can I do? You don't need to be pretty about it. You just got to get it over with, because there are 3 more opponents waiting on the other side of the Waffle House to get a chance at stopping Wendy and proving she doesn't deserve this promotion. Oh my God! Oh, you hate to see that. Didn't get all of it. Didn't get any of it. And we're going to need to have her transferred to a local medical facility after this to have that tailbone examined. But she's back up. Look, she's no problem. She's like, I just shattered my tailbone in the parking lot out here. No problem. Just dust it off. That's no big deal. That's the kind of thing you got to be prepared to do if you're going to run the Waffle House. Throwing the boots on Karen on the outside. And she said, hey, guess what? I got a couple more for you. But here's the thing. This is what I'm saying. You got to just get her back in the ring, and you got to wrap this up. You can't put your best moves out on display against Karen because there's 3 people back there salivating at the opportunity. Similar to how Randy Savage was salivating all those years ago at the opportunity of a little night breakfast. They are ready to get in here and give Wendy what for. You just got to get this first one out of the way and not put too much out in the process. Here we go. She's going for the submission finish on Karen. Is Karen going to tap? Karen does. She taps. She taps. She tapped. The first opponent's been eliminated. Karen's out of here. Wendy said, you want to speak to the boss? That's me. That's going to be me at the end of the night. Get her out of here. Go tell it to somebody who cares. And oh, well, time for the afternoon shift. Breakfast crew is out. Afternoon crew's coming in. And we've got the bad employee who's coming in late. And if my eyes don't deceive me, forgot her work shirt at home. What she got on? Was that some sort of novelty t-shirt? Graphic tee? It looks really inappropriate for work, even at the Waffle House. What does that say? I shave my balls for this? That is very crass, inappropriate, and is sure to offend a customer, especially if any of the Sunday crowd's still sticking around. Wow! Like a flapjack, which we don't serve here. 1 count. Gonna take more than that. Can Wendy rein in this bad employee who's clearly formed a lot of bad habits, is not taking the job seriously, and is refusing to go home and change? Well, the bad employee's paying for it in a big bad way, because Wendy don't take no talk back, won't tolerate any sass, and it is going for another immediate submission finish on the bad employee. Will she tap? No. Lets the bad employee out of it. It's going to take a little bit more than that, but this is where Wendy can really shine. She's got that momentum. Bad employee just got here, and yeah, the bad employee's fresh. She's also half asleep and a little stoned, but Wendy's, she's warmed up. She's fired up, and she's going to go for 2 standing lariats and another massive kick to the chin of the bad employee, wearing the inappropriate novelty shirt. And here it is again on the top rope, smothered and covered. Smothered and covered. And that's got to be enough, I think, for the bad employee. Count it, referee. Go home, change your shirt. Find some dignity and come back here to finish your shift. The bad employee is out of here. Oh my. It's the night shift. The night crowd is creeping in, folks, and this is where things get real dangerous at the Waffle House, because this drunk lady showed up, and she ain't got any pants on. She just came into the Waffle House, no shoes, no pants, and she's doing a tilt-a-whirl head scissors on Wendy Ferguson. You can't, I don't care. You gotta have some respect for this place. This is not just an establishment, it's an institution. You can't come into Waffle House in the middle of the night with no pants and no shoes on. You're gonna get thrown up in the air like a rag doll. And Wendy's hooking the leg here. This is where Waffle House gets dangerous. I think it's also where a lot of us find ourselves visiting Waffle House. At nighttime, you're out drinking, maybe you're going to see a band, right? Maybe that's what Drunk Lady was doing. It's a late night. Now you need to sober up. You're hungry. Where are you going to go? The Waffle House. The golden beacon on the horizon is always welcoming you. But you know what? You get a lot of tipsy people in the same place at nighttime. Tempers are short. Patience wears thin. And that's where you might see some of the greatest Waffle House Battle Royales of all time. In the nighttime. But Drunk Lady has got no pants on. For goodness sake, sister. Put it away. I thought the inappropriate shirt was bad enough. At least the bad employee had pants on, and now a big German suplex to the Drunk Lady. A very sobering maneuver. How about another one? But the Drunk Lady scouted it. She's tipsy, but she's ferocious, and she's nimble. Little slap to Wendy Ferguson. This is what you have to be prepared to defend against. When you're holding the line, Wendy's the front of the house. She wants to be front of the line. And this is what you've got to be prepared for. Anything. You never know who's walking through those doors. Morning, afternoon, nighttime. You got to be ready. Boom, onto the stairs. And this has spilled out to the ring. And I think that really shows just how aggressive Wendy's feeling at this point because she's already so close. Oh my goodness. Drunk lady's going to fight out of it. She got her dogs out on the stream, and they're definitely barking. You can't be walking barefoot. Oh, she's planted her face. You can't be walking barefoot in the Waffle House parking lot, all right? Especially this one. There's all sorts of broken tables, ladders, Slim Jims. You just never know what you're going to step on out there. Some Pope juice. Oh my God, is this the first attempt to pin Wendy we've seen all night? It's not going to be enough. Don't tell me the drunk lady is... Oh my God. I thought, can you imagine? What would happen to Drunk Lady 1? Would she get the promotion? Oh no! What am I looking at here? Oh, I think she's going for the submission on Wendy. Drunk Lady's going for the submission on Wendy. Wendy, thank goodness. I don't know if she fought out of it, but the Drunk Lady let it go. Maybe she just doesn't have the endurance to keep a hold like that on Wendy Ferguson. Drunk Lady's going up top now. Diving elbow! And to my surprise, the Drunk Lady has really taken charge of this match. Tries to eliminate Wendy again, who kicks out after 2. I was nervous. The Drunk Lady can't believe it. She forgets why she was here. She doesn't know if she's ordered anything yet. Are her friends still here, or did they leave? Can somebody call her an Uber? Wendy, you gotta get up. This lady's got no pants, and she's winning the match. If you can't handle a Drunk Lady but no pants on in the middle of the night, you're just not fit to run the Waffle House. You gotta find that fighting spirit. Come on, Wendy. You trained for this. Nobody's more qualified than you, but you can't take this move. You gotta get out of the way, because I don't know what she's got for you. Coming off the top with the double axe handle by Wendy Ferguson. She scouted it. Big punch in the midsection, and she's going for it. She's got it. Waffle Iron! She hits the Waffle Iron on the Drunk Lady. Hooks the leg. Is that enough? No! The Drunk Lady kicks out at 2. That's the thing, you know? She's so unruly, and she's so unpredictable. And she's got that you know, it's like she can't feel pain. She's got this sort of she's like an alcoholic juggernaut. And she's stomping on mud hole. What? Wendy, who was so easily tapped out her last 2 opponents, is having to reach further into the walk-in freezer to try to put this one away. What she got for a big drop kick off the ropes. And Wendy, you can't spend it all here. You got to figure a way to wrap this up quick, because she's got another opponent after this. And this gauntlet, it's Wendy versus the world for Waffle House. Dragging her to the middle of the ring. What's she thinking? Finishing move? Going for submission? I think we're so close. She just has to hit that big move. What have you got? No! Drunk Lady fights out of it. Puts her up. Taking her to the corner. Hangs her up on the top turnbuckle. Hooking the leg again. Come on, Wendy. Kick out of it. Find it. Get out of it. Kick out at 2. Kick out at 2. Come on, Wendy. You're so close. You're so close to getting the promotion. You can do this. Oh my God, but the Drunk Lady, she's incredible. What has she been drinking? Not another face buster! Not another! Come on, Wendy! No, come on! Counter this! Do not lose! Do not fall here! Do not do it! Yes, she dodged it! Big super kick, but Wendy dodged it! She's fighting back! She's rallying! Kick to the midsection! Come on, Wendy! What has she got? She's sizing her up. No! The Drunk Lady counters as well! This is incredible! This is like Austin Rock! Cue the Limp Bizkit. I'm sure they got it on the jukebox back there. Unbelievable. Wendy has to beat somebody else after this, and I don't know if she's going to get through this one. Hung up on the ropes there with a stunner. I mentioned Stone Cold. Drunk Lady's going up. Look out! She's crazy! Diving elbow! Wendy jumps out of the way. Elbow hits the blacktop. Come on. You've come this far. You can't stop now. What if you got another one? Another one on the pavement. Waffle Iron! Oh, folks, I don't know how you're feeling at home. This is exhausting. This is grueling. This is challenging. I think she's got her in the submission, but and she is. The Drunk Lady is tapping. She did tap, but it was outside the ring, and that's a rookie mistake because that doesn't count towards the decision of the match. You got it, but if just go for the pin right now. It's over. Go for the pin right now, Wendy. Come on. This is what you trained for. Don't lose sight. She's done. She tapped. All you got to do is get the ref to count 3. Get the ref to count 3. Come on, Wendy. God damn it. What have you done? I don't mean to be so biased, but I've been following Wendy's story. I believe so much in it. And I really want to see her realize her dreams tonight in the main event of WAFFLEMANIA. And she's feeling cocky. Look at this. She's got her hung up in the corner. She's taking a breather. Oh, big elbow. And I really think if she just were to go for the pin here, it would be over. Don't be consumed by your anger. There's been so much blood spilled on this mat tonight. Don't let your own bloodlust overcome. She countered another move. It can't end like this. It won't end like this. Come on, Wendy. You have to survive. Very smart. Very smart ring awareness. Gets to the outside. Gives an opportunity to break the action. Come on. Drunk Lady's counters are incredible. I think she's countered like 3 finishers. Come on! You cannot leave it all out there against Drunk Lady. You've got to finish this up. I'm so nervous for Wendy. We've had such an incredible show. I just don't think I could sleep if it ended on Wendy not getting the promotion she's been fighting for. Not just tonight, but her entire life. There are not very many in this world that are built for this position. Wendy is one of the few. She's going up top, and please, Wendy, send this home. Smothered and... No! The dodge, the elbow drop! Come on! No, not the kick! Not the kick! Can we stop this? Please kick out! Please kick out! Please kick out! Oh my god, she somehow kicked out. I don't know how Wendy did it. I don't know where she found the fighting spirit. I think that's the 3rd super kick she's endured tonight. Please put this one away. Please, for the love of God, hit this. She calls it Percolator! That's gotta be it. The Drunk Lady is finally eliminated. It took all night, but we got her out of here. Have a coffee, a glass of water, call an Uber, go home, find some pants before you come back. Oh, hell. This is it. And after everything Wendy's endured, I have to start to question her odds here because the regional manager is auditing this location. She will need the regional manager's final approval to get that promotion and walk out here as a Waffle House shift leader. And the regional manager is fresh and ready to fight, but Wendy has had to defeat 3 opponents, and that Drunk Lady really made her fight for it. Come on, Wendy. One more victory away from accomplishing your dreams, from finishing the story. Oh, come on. The regional manager, though, huge slam. How do you think the regional manager got here in the first place? You don't make your way up to Waffle House corporate office without smashing some heads and submitting some fools. Come on now. That's an in-ring veteran across from her. Very deadly. Full Nelson Slam! A huge one! A huge full Nelson Slam. That couldn't possibly be enough. Kick out at 1. This is it, folks. This is the final fight of the night here at WAFFLEMANIA. It's been such a pleasure to be here with you. Thank you for spending this time with us. Come on, Wendy. What's it going to take? You're in control. She's going for it. She thinks she has it. Another submission finish. Will the regional manager tap? Will the regional manager tap to Wendy Ferguson? Is she going? No. From front of the house to front of the line. Can she do it? She's going up top. And maybe this is it. Smothered and covered. Smothered and covered. Could this be it? Come on, just pin her, Wendy. What are you doing? Just pin her. Oh my, she's going for it. Will the regional manager tap? She will certainly have to. Come on. She did it. She did it. Wendy Ferguson finished the story. She did it. And new. You did it, kid. Yes! Wendy Ferguson goes from front of the house to front of the line. She will now be the shift leader of this establishment going forward. Amazing. The girlhood story has come true. And Wendy Ferguson is your new WHCW shift leader champion. Unbelievable. Had to complete a double shift from morning to night and completed an audit with the regional manager. It doesn't get more qualified than that. It doesn't get stronger than that. Unbelievable, and I can't think of a better way to close out the best WAFFLEMANIA I've ever been a part of. 5 stars, greatest of all time. A well-earned and well-deserved main event match. Congratulations, Wendy. And I can't wait to see what you got. What's next for you? Maybe a regional manager. I heard you have to win a Royal Rumble to become the regional manager. It's a regional Rumble. Well, folks, the final thanks I must hand out. I mean, what a night. What a show. What a story that was told. Literally, I read a story. This was incredible. And we've now passed the 12 o'clock mark. It is past midnight, which means it is now April 2nd. So I can't, of course, relent that this was a big April Fool's joke for the last couple days. I've been promoting the return of wrestling streams. I've been acting like I had 2K25 and was going to stream it. It was all a bit. It was all a goof. I fooled every single one of you. But I hope you're not too disappointed. I hope you enjoyed the show. I actually came up with this idea like months ago for an April Fool's stream. And I've been working on it here and there over the last couple of weeks. And it took a lot of work. I missed these wrestling streams, but man, even something as silly as this took a lot of work. And I didn't make, obviously, most of what you saw tonight. I did not write down, I didn't have time to get the community creation credits to read them out loud on stream tonight the same way I did back in October for Halloween, but I'm going to get them so I can put them in the video description for the YouTube upload. But I can say many thanks and huge shout out to Marty, who's a very, very talented 2K creator and modder who made this arena, this modded Waffle House arena. Without this creation, there would be no reason to do anything like this at all. So I can at least tell you off the top of my head, shout out to Marty. I think it's Prince Marty, I want to say, something to that effect. I'll have his full name in the video description. But yeah, this was definitely a culmination of a lot of great hard work in the community creation space. And also, a little tinkering here and there from yours truly. But it took a lot of time and a lot of effort. And I missed the wrestling streams. I really did. It was so much fun to sit down and call one, even if it was an April Fool's gag. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're amused by that. And I really had a lot of fun. And I'm so glad that I had so many friends here in the chat. Especially, I think all the real world people that I know on a first-hand basis were able to be here and watch their matches, including Wendy Ferguson. Thanks for watching, Wendy Ferguson. Was fantastic, Bub. Thank you for saying so. I'm glad you're resisting the siren song of 25. Well, I'll say this. As I said earlier, it's past midnight. It's no longer April 1st. So you can now take me at my word. Everything I'm about to tell you is true. It's not a farce. It's not a goof. It's not a joke. I'm being honest with you. I wouldn't take you all this way to just simply say April Fool's at the end of the night and point and laugh at the egg on your face that you just ordered with a couple scattered and diced hash browns and 2 lemonades and 50 chocolate chip cookies and a cheeseburger. I'm being real with you here. I'm shooting straight with you, brother. I said I miss doing these wrestling streams, and doing this one tonight, I think really helped me remember just how fun these were. I used to do these quite frequently back on 2K22, and I do miss them. I've always said I miss them. I've always said if 2K made a game good enough to justify doing it again, I would consider coming back. I don't know if 2K made that game this year, but I do know I already bought it and I'm already working on WHCW Season 2, so I have not resisted the siren song for long. this is all true. This is not a work. This is a shoot. I do have 2K25. The Sailor, rest in peace to the Sailor. He went into that good night. He was embraced by the siren, and he's hard at work. I did it. I couldn't help it. At this point, here's what I'll say. Come hell or high water, WHCW is coming back this year. I'm already working on it. Shooting for sometime this summer. It's going to take a lot of work, so I'm giving myself a good long runway. WHCW is going to come back. I don't care what obstacles the game puts in front of me. I'm going over and around them. We're bringing it back, and I've been saying for a while I had this really fun, cool idea that was going to completely change how wrestling streams worked, and I think make it a lot more fun to watch than the first season was, and that is the idea I'm running with. I'm going to hold off on telling you what it is until we get closer to the premiere, but more info will be coming, and more wrestling will be coming, and it'll be coming in waves. Oh, and I almost forgot. You don't have to wait very long for more wrestling from me, because on our YouTube channel, starting Thursday, you're going to get a pre-recorded Let's Play of 2K25's My Rise mode. This is like your career mode. You make a custom wrestler, and you like make decisions, enemies, allies, you win titles, there's twists and turns. I'm not going to be streaming that mode, but I always enjoy playing those modes. I'm not going to be streaming that mode, but starting on Thursday and moving forward every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday on the YouTube channel, What Real Gaming, you'll be getting another episode in that series until it is done. And I can guarantee you'll be getting the full series because I've already recorded all of it. So I can guarantee you something like that. So that'll be on the YouTube channel. I also asked a lot of questions about who that was at ringside for Tim Walz' match. Well, if you watch that Let's Play, you might just find out. That's it for me tonight, folks. I'm so happy to have accomplished WAFFLEMANIA. It was so much fun. I'm very excited to give you more wrestling in the way of WHCW later this summer, and the way of the incoming 2K25 My Rise Let's Play on our YouTube channel. I love pro wrestling, and I have so much fun streaming these games. So I hope you still enjoy watching them. Dilly Tots, I hope you still love me. And congratulations on defending the tag title tonight, by the way. Still the GOAT. Half of the GOAT right there. Front half or back half, not sure, but he's half of the GOAT. I love you. I love all you. Thank you, Toddserract. Thank you, Mr. Eli Mac, for the raid and the resub. We had Matt Thomas in here earlier. We had Creamy Scoops in here earlier. What a team. What a group. What an audience. Did I miss anybody? Just scrolling through here real quick, making sure I didn't miss anybody. I don't think I did. Definitely had some lurkers throughout the night. Thank you, lurkers. Thank you, everybody. All right. Let's get out here. You know, is anybody alive we can raid? It's recommending me a bunch of people wrestling streams. Anybody I'm following? Caseoh streaming. Let's raid Caseoh has 76.9 thousand viewers right now. But let's give him a little shine and raid him right now, since he did compete in our World Heavyweight Championship match against Jey Uso. So he didn't win, but maybe we can still make it up to him by raiding him tonight. So make sure to tell Caseoh who sent you. Alright, thanks for watching. It's late. I'm going to bed. Anywho, I'm going to bed. Thanks for watching. Dilly, you live what day is it? Is it Tuesday? Dilly, you live tomorrow? What you got going on, brother? Tell me. Art stream? Elden Ring? What's on the menu for you besides some peanut butter pancakes? Tell me all about it before we go over to Caseoh. And I'm sure he'll see our raid, and you know, his chat won't be flying by at 1,000,000 miles per second, and he'll see it and go, "Oh, thank you so much for the raid, What Real Ant. Thank you so much for letting me compete in WAFFLEMANIA." Probably more Erdtree art is probably I should. Hey, no pressure on the art. I don't want to make you feel like you have to. I only want you to do it when you want to. I don't want to be a burden or a chore to you. I just thought I'd ask. because I know you've been doing the art lately, and I've been loving it. All right, yeah, Erdtree, I love that too. I missed it on Saturday. So as long as I'm not staying up all night playing Split Fiction again with Jess, which I don't think we will, because I think we're pretty close to finishing it. And also, she don't stay up late on the weeknights. All right, okay, I'll stop talking to you off. Thanks for watching. Good night. And say hi to Caseoh for me. Bye. Bye-bye. I forgot how to raid. Hold on. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. How do we raid? Start the raid. We're unable to raid Caseoh. Okay, never mind. We're not raiding anybody. Bye. Good night. Happy WAFFLEMANIA. Bye-bye.